Welcome back, everybody. This is another episode of Weekly DLC. I'm one of your hosts, Kurosh. I'm angry. This is my co-host, Daniel Vargas. This is my other co-host, Daniel Jang. We come to you every week. We podcast and shit.
We're serious. This is serious
We've done
business.
this for
We're pros.
a year plus.
This is episode 71.
Never made mistakes. We don't ever forget our memory cards. We don't ever forget to hit record. You know, it's just...
That memory card is clear. This is running.
I doubt
I
it.
don't have to go to the bathroom.
I doubt it.
I'm sweating bullets.
I know.
It's fucking
dude.
hot as
I
fuck,
don't-
and
I
I'm
don't
wearing
feel
these
like
headphones.
I don't feel like it's that hot, but it's probably the headphones.
Okay, anyway, we're podcasters. We're hot off E3 right now. We're hot in general right now. So this is going to be an E3 focused sort of episode. But before we get into that, I want to know how you guys are doing.
I am doing very good.
Yeah? Talk to us.
I get a tattoo tomorrow.
What?
Well, I guess by the time you listen to this,
Is that where you shaved?
Yeah, dude. Back of the head, dude. Another
Bullseye.
face.
Bullseye.
I'm gonna have highs, but I have in the back of my head.
Kill a grandma in the airport with a peanut.
So by the time this episode airs, I would have already had the tattoo. So I get it on Friday. We record Thursdays.
This is episode 71.
Yeah, so I'm excited for that.
One session done.
Yeah, it's gonna be busted out
Color.
right after. Literally, like I don't even get off work until 6. I'm getting a tattoo at 5.
Oh shit!
It's gonna be at work too.
Oh, shit.
Ooh.
We have a guest artist. We recently set it up to so there's California has regulations on how, where you can tattoo. You have to have a clean room. No one can go in there. You have to have a clean restroom that no one can use as a restroom at the time. So we have 2 restrooms. So we've set one up where we no one's allowed to use that when the artist is tattooing. We set everything up so we're legally allowed. We have a certificate from the health department that we're allowed to tattoo. So we have guest artists come by. And
How big of the weekly DLC logo are you getting for the tattoo?
I'd say
tramp stamp area. Preferably.
You ever seen the original 7-Up logo?
Yeah.
Yeah, the little black circle. Yeah, it's right there, just on my butt cheek.
It's Target.
No, I'm getting a dragon's head on the back of my calf.
Damn.
I don't know if he's drawn it up yet. I haven't seen it, to be honest with you. So if he hasn't, I'm gonna be like, horns. Can you add horns to it?
I want it really horny.
Real horny.
Episode 69, the lingering trails.
It's always episode 69.
Other than me getting, of course, I'm gonna talk about this next.
Yeah,
next
I'm
week.
excited to hear.
But I also went to go see Upgrade. Fantastic movie. So I loved it
Tom
from
Hardy?
beginning till 90% of it, because the end. So I've seen a lot of these movies already. These movies that aren't obviously big hit names, and they always have something that happens at the end. And at this point, it's gotten so repetitive. It's I didn't expect it, but every movie does it now. So I was just man, they could have done something else with it. But it's still really good. It has to deal with an age of automation. Automation is what I was trying to say.
Automata. Near. It's very near automata.
Because there is self-driving cars. It's literally it encloses. It looks almost like a shielded car.
Okay.
And you can't see. Well, you can make it so that you can see outside, but generally you don't see anything outside, and the car just driving itself.
Okay.
So it starts out with the guy's wife is, that's her car, but he loves the old school stuff. So he's working on muscle cars. That's his thing. He's I love these things. So the movie starts out you thinking oh, it's just that, and then the wife comes with this car that drives by itself, and it talks to her, and he goes why are you always talking to your car? And then she says, you're talking to your cars, and he had just finished saying I love you to the car because it just roared, you know. But other than that, yeah, fantastic movie. Cool. Recommend it. I don't feel like Jang would see it, but I do recommend it to you.
I won't want to see it.
You can see Hereditary.
Hereditary.
Well, I'm curious. I feel like this is going to be a topic later, especially for me. It's what dictates your interests in terms of ratings.
Yeah, it doesn't have a 95. It's
or
at 86.
Just a premise, or just a premise. What was it?
It doesn't have a 95. It has like an 80.
For a movie like that, that synopsis to have that rating, it's a good movie.
Okay.
But it is really cool. And then the how do you explain it? The shots, like the
cinematography and the visual,
fantastic. Especially like the way they discern like when something is happening as opposed to something else. Like
I love it when that happens.
Yeah, so you'll know like when this is happening, you're like, oh, I know why this is.
It's
happening.
Like a noticeable shift.
Yeah,
in
and
like
you're like,
tone.
oh, I know exactly why this is happening. So that was really cool. So yeah,
cool.
Really great movie. Didn't have a bad experience at the actual theater this time. No kids, no.
So you mentioned in
talking.
the past about the movie pass and how you take a photo.
Yeah.
So I just saw that there was an update saying that is now required for. It's like I've been selected in their beta program to be like every time you go now you need to make sure within very quickly after purchasing your ticket take a picture of your stub.
So I mean, I thought it was gonna be like a on and off thing. But no, like ever since I had it the first time, I've had it every time. It's like make sure or it can mess up. It can mess you up.
Yeah.
Later on.
Yeah.
Like
that's what
thing.
The email was.
But it doesn't say like immediately. It says like just it says take a picture quickly before you do your next movie.
Right.
Is what it says.
Yeah.
And I mean obviously just save your ticket stub. I normally like buy the ticket and immediately just like take a picture. I'm like I'm not gonna forget this. Like
I mean. I think we're diligent. We read, but a lot of times there's going to be people that are like, "What the fuck is this bullshit?"
Yeah.
And then raging, and then that's negative press. And
but it sucks that like the biggest thing is you cannot rewatch movies.
Yeah,
that was my biggest thing. Like I almost got confused. I hit like upgrade, and like it kind of moved up a little bit, and it shows you the times. But the movie under it was like you've already seen this movie, and I was like, "Wait, what? I haven't seen this movie." And
don't tell me what I've done.
It confused me a little bit.
Now you're talking to machines too.
Right? I was like, you piece of shit. No, but so I watched Upgrade.
Okay.
What else? So I mean, I don't talk much about Fortnite, but I do like play it on and off. I share an account. Don't ban me, please. With my little sister.
Okay.
It's her account essentially, and I've bought her the battle pass. So then me and her take turns to try to make it to the end of you have to play a lot. To be able to.
So you did it in one night or 2 nights?
No, we haven't maxed it out yet. We're at 80. So there's levels and there's tiers.
I mean, I haven't played in a while, but
there's levels and there's tiers. We're level like 60.
Oh, I'm not that.
And that's not that bad. We're tier 87 though, and tier goes up to 100. That's the battle pass. Okay. So once we get to 100, we've maxed out that battle pass, and we're good. We don't have to get level 100.
Okay.
But each level gives you a certain amount of stars, and 10 stars equals 1 tier.
Okay.
So we're very close to maxing out that battle pass, and we don't have to worry about it. And we still got like 3 more weeks. 4 more weeks.
I'm not gonna make
and
it.
Each week you get what, like 1, 2, 3, 4. If you do all the challenges, you get 4 tier levels that you can get.
Oh,
so I think we're pretty set.
Nice.
We should be able to get it.
Cool.
And then so that's fun because it's like a relief, man. Like for me, it's like a job to try to max this out to make sure that we have enough for. I mean, we have enough already to buy next season's thing through in-game currency, through the in-game currency that we've gotten already through it. So I've only spent $10, and that's covered me the rest of the way now. And that's it. I mean, this weekend is going to be the new Studio Ghibli movie.
Oh, and you know what it is now for sure? I know we've
Pompoko.
Oh.
The testicle raccoons.
Yeah, the ball sack one.
It's in 2. It's like the second movie. So the next one's going to be either Spirited Away or I don't remember which one. And then the following one's going to be the Fireflies.
August?
So August, yeah.
Fuck.
And I might not even see it because we're leaving at the end of them.
Yeah.
What else? No, that's it. Upgrade was fantastic.
I mean, it sounds like a very fun time.
Yeah, I went a little early. I got so scared, so I went. Normally, I use a different movie app to see what movies are available. I use Flickster, is what it's called.
Okay.
But for some reason, it's been showing me like if it's later in the day, it just shows me the next day's movie showings.
That's weird.
And so I was looking at it, and it showed me like Upgrade is only in the morning, like 11 and 3. So I was like, oh, I already missed that. And it was showing me that Incredibles 2 was already playing. I'm like, oh, dude, I can watch one at 7 right now. And I was talking to like other people. I was actually talking to my parents. So I turned it off for a bit, talked to them, and went back to it, realized it was showing Thursday's time. So I went back to Wednesday, and it was like no Incredibles showing, but you can watch upgrade. I was like, perfect. That's exactly what I wanted to do in the first place.
Nice.
So so I use that generally, and then
Cool.
I mean, nothing too amazing. I've made enough time to watch all the damn
Yeah, the E3.
E3.
We'll get to that, but that filled all of our weeks, I think.
Yeah.
Jang, what have you been up to?
EA Play.
Let's
You
talk about that.
reminded me of it. Okay, I thought it was.
You forgot?
I thought it was
Remind me of
last
a girl.
Saturday
Oh,
or
no.
this coming Saturday.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
because you forgot. Maybe it was better I let you forget. I mean, how was it for you?
I liked it.
Yeah?
I would go again. I will go every year until I get into E3.
Until you can play Anthem.
Until I can go into E3 for free. I will go because that's like the closest thing to like an E3 event for me.
Sure, yeah.
And so
I was glad because I think last year was Sunday. We went on Sunday, or did we go on Saturday?
I think we went Saturday.
Oh, okay. Because they have it available Sunday, and I
Mhm.
always with these things, I'm like, man, I got work the next day's rough.
Mhm.
Going to LA.
Mhm.
What was your favorite things about EA Play this
I actually
year?
played Star Wars. I
Huh?
actually waited in line.
Would Battlefront 2?
Battlefront 2.
Oh, I was gonna say the
The respawn game?
The
Oh, no,
Jedi.
no.
What is it?
No,
Jedi
no, no,
Last
no.
Order? Fallen Jedi.
But damn,
Follow the
dude.
Jedi.
So I did the Anthem thing, scanned it for the poster, and it never registered until the next day.
Yeah.
So I didn't get the poster,
What if
but
they
I got
changed
the
it?
Star Wars poster. And then like I don't know, the worker left, so I took like two. Just like grabbed
It's
another
like-
one to
it's,
start.
it's the issue we had at Twitch. Remember how we were in the store and they wouldn't scan?
Yeah,
I was like, what the
It's
fuck?
the same.
And then dude's like, just
QR
take a
code.
picture of it, scan it later. I was like,
But that poster is going for like $50 to $100, and people are buying it. And it looks, it's the Millennium Falcon,
Yeah.
holographic.
Because like the Han Solo pack is available right
yeah,
now.
so
does it come with a code?
no.
That'd be cool if it came with a code like hidden in there. And you
I
can
think
grab-
even more is like, we're sorry to all the fans.
But yeah, dude, like so we signed up for Anthem. You had a 2:00.
It was, yeah. So 2:00 was like the first available appointments.
earliest
And then, yeah, the earliest.
Out of 5:00.
was bad. You waited
And-
2 hours.
I waited maybe like 30 minutes,
Oh,
I
not
think.
bad.
Yeah, sounds about right. That's about how much.
And they promised gameplay, but it was you saw people play, but I think they weren't really playing. You just saw a pre-recorded session, I think. That's what I think. I'm not sure. I'm not actually.
But
not sure.
so the game like that they were playing looked pre-recorded. Like it just looked so not natural.
Well,
I
it
don't know.
looked like they had done this. Like they're like, all right, load up in a mission. Like
Oh,
imagine,
it was so
imagine
perfect,
you,
like
you
voicing and everything.
a little
You
bit.
know what? It might have
was
been
like,
live because they said, "What do you want to do? Do you want us to do this way or that way?"
Oh, they
You
did
know?
that for you
Yeah,
guys?
yeah. No, like, let's do
Oh.
it this way. And
Maybe
I
they
was
had
like,
more
oh.
fun with it later.
I was like, "Holy shit!" Okay, then it is
Someone
live.
like is in the background like switch to this.
You
video.
guys teabagging. No, but like it plays like when you start a strike in Destiny, like how it starts up, how
Yeah.
everyone goes forward, and like you just press on with the objectives. They went through those motions with the Anthem demo, and it's what they showed on the EA
Yeah.
press conference. But like they cut out a middle part of it, like a big chunk of the middle part, where they go into details of different weapons, how you can combo things up.
Yeah.
And stuff.
The I think we follow Eric's gaming.
Yeah.
Eric's. He's a pretty big Monster Hunter dude.
Yeah, he's
But he's in general like he's
diversified.
Destiny, yeah, he's Destiny, and obviously with
Division
this Anthem
and
is something
this.
he's looking forward to. So he has a video where him and a friend that also does like streaming talk about like the demo that they did, the Anthem demo
that they played.
that they played,
Motherfuckers.
and I was like, oh fuck yeah, they're gonna have footage and stuff. No cameras were allowed.
Yeah,
Oh,
It
shit.
was just them showing
behind closed doors.
It was them showing just the footage that's already been available
Mm-hmm.
and them talking through the whole thing. It's like 23 minutes long. I'm like, I'm not gonna listen to this. So I avoided it.
I wasn't
but-
impressed, but I'm not gonna buy Anthem.
No,
No, I mean like. They showed this scenario where like, okay, we're at the enemy base. There's snipers here. There's this over here. There's this over there. So we got to attack and coordinate at the same time. And they did it. And it was easy. I'm just like, I don't know. To me, like you'll see a thing in Dark Souls. Like, okay, there's a guy that will snipe you here. There's a guy that will ambush you here, and you got to take out this guy.
Yeah.
And it seemed easy. And like in Dark Souls, there's like a 40% chance you're gonna fucking
Yeah.
fail it.
I think there's difficulty settings, or like
I would equate it less to Dark Souls and think of it more in the mindset of like something WoW or Diablo or Destiny, where it's like there's gonna be mobs of things that you're gonna just grind through.
Yeah.
And that's gonna be like the comfort stuff where you're like, I'm just playing, enjoying myself. And then there's gonna be the potentially heavily coordinated end game stuff. And that's where things either fall apart or just become like more of the same. But yeah, if you're looking for like that Dark Souls level stuff,
But if
I don't think it'll.
I have no interest in playing like a game where I have to fight a boss and he's a bullet sponge and
Yeah.
you got to make sure everything's on point. Like that does not.
not catch you. Yeah, I can understand that.
Meh.
I think it looks beautiful. Like it looks vibrant. I definitely see myself like trying it out. Like I'm hoping as the development goes along and as they announce more details, I could definitely see myself playing this. I don't know for how long. I don't know if it's going to be like a set story or if it's like something I pick up and go. Like Division fit that for me. I liked how it looked. I liked how it felt, but there just wasn't content for me to just keep coming back to. And when there was, after like a long break, I was like, oh, I'm back. I like this. This is fun. Whatever. I'll put something on while I'm playing this. That's the vibe I got from it. I'm like, we'll see.
You played Destiny 1 for a long time. Like
Yeah.
just in and out, but like
Yeah.
you were in that for a long time.
Yeah. No, Destiny's. I'm talking Division.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like I feel like that's something similar to Anthem that can.
Yeah, I
can
hope.
give you.
But the thing that none of these other games have done that Destiny's done is they've always. I know they have many different balance and like how they lay out stuff, but when it comes to like when they set like you have to do this in order to do it to like get this one item, that stop gate of like this challenge is difficult. Like the Black Spindle quest or doing Skolos, Prison of Elders, or doing King's Fall.
Beat this giant mob within like 3 minutes.
Well, like King's Fall is one of the raids where it was very mechanic heavy. And I was able to get to a point where I was playing with randoms and I was holding my part. And I was like, all right, this could fall apart and I'll be frustrated. But I know that I did my role. And it's very, like, you have to be very coordinated. And I'm like, that was difficult. And I did that.
Nice.
I didn't see that with Division. Yeah. Like, Division was like, I got to survive. I got to get the gear.
That was like 100% bullet sponge.
Yeah.
Because they
and that's what I get, like, these other games feel like, is that there's no, I don't know, uniqueness.
Yeah. But Destiny, I mean, it still had its bosses that
yeah,
like sponges, but they did a lot of them. They did really well on though. But yeah, so I'm still looking forward to Anthem.
Anything else you've been up to?
Hollow Knight. Woo! Got announced. Yeah, I know. I was trying to do a
hype.
Ric Flair.
Woo! Woo!
My nuts. But, dude, it's like a Metrovania with Dark Souls. It's really fun.
Yeah.
And it came out a year ago on PC only, and now it's on the Switch.
And I bought it.
On PC?
I bought it a long time ago.
Yeah, our buddy Jay, I've seen him stream it in the past and play Hollow Knight. I'm like, I saw this when they announced the Switch. I'm like, I'm waiting for this for the Switch because this is perfect for the Switch. So you're
dusted off my Switch, started playing it when it wasn't charged. Obviously, I was like, oh shit, I got to charge it. But yeah, I'm addicted to it.
Nice.
Oh, downloaded Fortnite, but cannot play it because I'm waiting for Sony to retract. I think.
You tied to? I thought you said you're on PC.
I'm on PC, but if I link it with this, I don't think I can link it with PS4.
Yeah.
So you haven't linked it to either.
So I'm not gonna link it. I'm not gonna pledge allegiance to
anything yet.
I'm gonna wait. I think Sony's gonna retract. So
you're not gonna ever play it on your PS4. Just
you know what? People have said it's a lot easier on console. Like it's a lot.
It people is because it's just there.
And people are bad at it on console.
Well, yeah, but the biggest thing,
people are worse on it on phone.
Building wise, easy. Aiming, that's the part. Like because you're aiming against
mouse and keyboard.
That's mouse is gonna own you, you know. But it's still building wise.
I've been told aiming wise, it's easier. The auto aim
has auto aim.
See, this is what Switch has. Motion controls, bro.
Because Alfred plays.
They just got to do the VR. So.
Alfred plays on both. He said aiming is so easy on Switch. PS4.
It is. It does hold your hand because of the auto aim. Like as long as you're close to it, that thing is just like it follows that person.
Ding 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 ding. But yeah, Hollow Knight, streaming it.
There's a game my brother's been telling me about, and I saw I think in a recent trailer for it. It's called Wizards of something. I think you talked about it. Maybe it's a pixelized.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. They showed it on Microsoft's like briefly. Like they don't. There was like a trailer. It's of a trailer.
On Switch. Oh, my brother's played it on Steam, and that game looks amazing.
That's when I was talking about Moonlighter, and you said the name,
right?
But I didn't get
that's
it.
what it was. Okay,
yeah.
I got both of those on Switch. I was I'm excited.
It is a really good game because it's like Avatar. that wizard game.
Yeah.
It's like Avatar to the sense of
Oh,
so-
you mean talking about the Airbender?
yeah, yeah. In
I
general,
thought you were
because-
talking about like Sahelu.
No. Yeah,
James
the
Cameron.
Airbender
Okay.
Avatar. So like the game has cards where like when you have this card, that's the ability you have, and it has like earth bending skill cards, has air bending, fire bending, ice bending, and it's really cool. It's a really cool game. I seen like in the streamer, I really enjoy watching it. He plays it, and I really enjoy him watch.
Yeah.
Wow,
It looks
I enjoy him.
so smooth and
Yeah.
like everything's going on, and you can play co-op, so it looks fun. I know.
Yeah.
Hollow Knight definitely is like one. Like I got my Switch all charged up. I was like watching TV today, and I was like, all right, if I have some downtime, waiting for you guys.
No downtime.
Dude,
You
it's
fell
like Dark Souls and Metroid had a baby. It's so good. It's so good.
Nice.
It's even better. I think it improves upon Dark Souls.
You
So
heard
then-
it here first.
asleep. So then Bojang's gonna get like world's first then.
Not-
Speed run. I'm gonna beat him.
yeah, he was at E3. He's like, I need Wi-Fi so I can get on
I know.
Hollow Knight.
So you can buy one Hollow Knight.
Hey, all I'm letting you know on PAX at the airport, Switch time.
Airport.
That's the Tetris.
I'm bringing a dock.
That's the Tetris
I'm
battle.
So
bringing-
we can have it the hotel.
My
Ooh.
phone charger, so I can charge it over the plane in case I need batteries.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so we got one of the things that happened this week. We got all of our stuff finalized for our PAX venture, so that's exciting. What else happened this week? Went to EA Play. I think the only thing that rubbed me the wrong way was the misrepresentation of what a gameplay demo is, because they have a separate thing. They're like, "Oh, are you signed up for a gameplay demo or a presentation demo?" And I'm like,
The
presentation demo must clearly mean I'm sitting here watching you do something, and gameplay demo must mean I'm playing games, of demos of games. Like if I went and asked a few people, I'm like, if you were asked about checking out a gameplay demo, does that mean you think you're gonna play it, or do you think you'll watch it? He's like, I think I'm gonna be playing it. I'm like, okay, I'm not alone here. I'm not crazy. That aside, I'm trying to like.
two options. You chose the wrong option.
I just
You chose the presentation option.
I
That
know.
Clearly means you're playing
Clear.
it.
I would have been one of the 4 people presenting it to everyone else.
Yeah.
EA's like,
You would have been a presenter.
These
Only
little
4 people were
dumbasses.
smart enough. To...
Look at this dumbass. Yeah, so I did that. I got very little sleep that day because I watched one of wrestling is going to be different for me from this point on because I watched the greatest champion fight one of the greatest wrestlers in the greatest match I've ever seen, and I can't watch. Like I tried. I was worried when it came to Monday and Tuesday. I was like, SmackDown and Raw are on. I don't think I can watch it.
It's
It's
not
not
going to be as good.
like Kenny Omega versus Okada. Okada's been champion in New Japan for over 700 days.
Mhm.
Ooh.
It's the longest reign. It's the best reign. Like every one of his
Overrated.
matches, classic tale.
Here's a question.
And this match, well, okay, go ahead.
I always feel like Japanese people, they're very polite. So their mic skills, are they like flamboyant and like obnoxious? Like
They're not
I feel like
Macho Man, Ric Flair level,
Uh-huh.
but
They
there
talk shit.
there is at least more so in the last 2-3 years that I've watched. When they do the translations and I watch the subtitles, they talk a little bit of shit, like in the sense of like you stepping on this turf. Like okay, there's these 2 wrestlers a few years back, Ishii and what's the other games?
Nakamura.
No, not Nakamura. It was Ishii and Shibata. Yeah, maybe. They were both like hard. They play hard style, which
Yeah.
means like they stiff arm,
Mhm.
like smack the shit out of you. And they will have parts in the match where they just look at each other like fucking smack me, and the guy will straight up like chop the fuck out of his neck and face, and there is no like fake.
Yeah.
It's just like, bah! And then he's like, and they just go at it, and they like throw elbows, and you seen him like taking these hits to the point where this one of those 2 guys, Shibata, if I'm saying his name, I don't think it might, that name might not be correct, but that person that I'm thinking of had severe head damage because of it, and he had to retire forever from wrestling. The other guy's still wrestling. He's like a pit bull. He's just like a ball, and he's like a hardcore. And like those are the sort of bouts they have. They're like, "Fuck it, you're a pussy. Like smack me harder. Like I can take more than you."
That's
So
crazy.
like contests of strength and endurance and stuff. There's a few times where it's like Okada. The whole reason this match came about was he's like he had a match and he won, and everyone was like, no surprise. He's like the John Cena of New Japan Pro Wrestling, and he got on the mic and he's sweating and everything. He's just worked his ass off. He's only 30 years old, by the way. He's like prime of his of this career he's got, and he's like, you know what? I've been champion for over 700 days, and I faced some solid wrestlers. No discredit to any of them, but no one can touch me. Like I'm in a league of my own, and there's a bit of arrogance in the moderate tone he's taking. He's like, it's like a fact to him. It's not even like he's showboating. He's just like, it's just the evidence shows itself. But he's like, I got this blemish on my record, and it's this undecided match we had where it was him and Kenny, and the time ran out. No one won.
Oh wow!
And he's like, Kenny Omega, get out here. I'm calling you out. And Kenny comes out and he's just wearing sweatpants. He's like, "What's up?" like he's just like in the locker room texting and stuff. And he's like, "I need to have some words with you." And he's like,
"In the ring,
we need to settle this because they had not a championship match where Kenny beat him. It was it was for a tournament.
Yeah.
So Kenny had a victory over him in that sense. Okada beat him for the title where he was defending it a year, 12 months ago or 16 months ago. And then they had that third match where it was undecided because they have a 1 hour timer.
Mm-hmm.
And it went to an hour and neither could like go to the other and it just went undecided. So they're like, we need to settle this and we need nothing in our way. So he's like, I want a no time limit match. And Kenny's like, I'll do you one better. We're doing 2 out of 3 falls. So they're like, what the fuck is this match going to be? Because they're for sure it's going to go over an hour.
Right.
And the amount of effort and moves it took for each of them to get a fall on either of them was fucking forever. So you're like, this is going to go 2 falls, potentially 3 if one of them gets 1 to 2.
Yeah.
That was an endurance for them and for the viewers. Because I'm like watching, the one fall took for like 50 minutes. The second fall took another I saw the timer on the stream. It was an hour and a half. I was like, fuck me.
By the time I hit the
like
second
I'm gonna pass out. Like this is it's midnight their time. That match ended. Kenny when Okada got the first win, and Kenny's like, I have to get 2 wins now, and he's never gotten a solid win over him except for that one minor one, and he got both of them, and it took fucking everything, and they're like pulling up on each other. They're like laying next to each other, like fucking there's no energy left in their bodies. And they finished that match. And I got emotional. I was like, wow. This guy's been tooth and nail. He used to fight dolls.
Yeah.
And do some goofy matches. And now he's legitimately the face of this Japanese company because he loves Japan. Everything that came up, I was just like, this all accumulated. And I was like, nothing will ever top. And I'm like looking at Okada. I'm like, you're one of the greatest wrestlers. You've done everything. Your victories aren't nothing to squawk at either. So nothing will ever be the same for me with wrestling. It was fantastic. Outside of that, the rest of the week kind of just
was nothing.
There was E3, and then I played a little bit of Destiny. Mm-hmm. What else did I do?
On PC though.
See, I'm still torn.
You're not torn. You're only playing PC.
No, because
obviously,
everyone
you've chosen the path.
The thing is, when I want to play, I'm like, all right, I want to do the Nightfall, and I'm looking through Fred's list. There's no one. I'm like, God damn it! And I don't know. There's no LFG that I know. You're gonna hop on PC?
No.
I know I can do that on PS4. I know I can.
Over.
Yeah, and that's why I'm like, maybe I should go back. And I'm like, and this pushes a point that I think we're going to talk about today of cross-platform.
You're at a point where you can do Nightfall on PC.
Yeah, I'm 360.
You're playing a little too much.
They need to link the accounts. They're fucking
up. same wavelength.
And besides that, season 8 Seinfeld finally done. We have one more season, and it feels like a fucking lifetime.
Oh my! We've been on this. That's like me in Stranger Things season 2.
Oh, this will get you guys maybe to start playing. There's Telltale is doing Stranger Things game.
They are. I'm not interested. I've not played the only Telltale game I've played is The Walking Dead, and it's because it was a free download.
I know, fine. All right, I thought I'd try.
I'm sorry, I didn't like it. I didn't like it.
Yeah, it's been about it. Ready to play some games. I'm in a game mode. So after E3, You guys want to go into E3 now?
Yeah.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about before. We talked predictions. We talked what people need to do.
Mm-hmm.
We've now seen all the press conferences, and we're going to talk primarily about those press conferences and how we thought. Like, I don't know, what did you say? Like, you wanted this to be sort of like our critique of their.
Yeah. Let's what we thought, how we felt. Yeah, because that's something that people bring up. It's like, what, like one game is announced and they're like, this game company already won E3. It's like it's that thing. So let's pick and choose.
Okay, so we're gonna go through it like we have with the other ones. Each press conference as it was scheduled. So it goes EA, Microsoft, then it's Bethesda, Square Enix, Ubisoft, and then
I mean they had
Sony and Nintendo.
They had like small ones. They had Devolver.
Devolver
and
was
PC
one
gaming.
And which one?
PC gaming.
Who plays on PC though? Not this guy.
Some people play.
Not this guy.
Some people play.
All right, so EA presentation. I mean, what I put down on these papers was what was announced. We can also talk about the presentation of that information as well. What do you guys? Do you want me to bullet point it, or do you guys want to just?
Yeah, well, let's bring up like EA. We'll talk about everything. Let's bullet point it real quick, and then we'll have our thoughts,
right.
like what we thought about that.
So Battlefield 5, they talk into more detail about their story mode. They doubled down on diversity and playing on that. They actually went on. They were interviewed. They're like, "Do you think that you're burning people, or like there's outrage right now because it's not quote unquote accurate to historical events?" And they're like, "Those people have the right not to buy this game, and if they don't like this, then they can fully exercise that."
Fuck off.
So I was like, I like the way they phrased that. I was like, if they're sticking to whatever they made, whether it was about Battlefield or history or any other game, it's like for them to say,
and even
if this game is not of your interest, instead of raging at us, don't buy it.
Yeah. And at E3, they use a certain verbiage that's kind of stated like it's our own. I forget what the.
It's our take.
Yeah, it's like kind of our take of historical.
Sure. They were saying that they were going to shed light on some things that aren't as well known either, so that's pretty cool. Then Respawn sort of announced, like they didn't have a trailer or anything. They just had the logo. They had the Andrea Renee, one of the person presenting EA's thing, went and spoke with the head of Respawn, who does Titanfall, and he's like, "Hey, can you give us any tidbits about what you guys are working on?" And he's like, "Yeah." Star Wars game. It's called Jedi Fallen Order. It's going to be dark. It's going to be between episodes 3 and 4. That's about all. They gave a title and like a basic gist. Then Battlefront 2, a guy came up and he's like, "Hey, we're not giving up on this game. We apologize. We've heard the feedback. We kind of admit that we went about it wrong. We're giving people what they want now. We're going to support this game. We're giving Clone War content now, so heroes and worlds and stuff. And then we're going to continue to future update like any sort of other stuff."
Yep.
Oh, by the way, Battlefield also announced a Battle Royale mode. I forgot to mention that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then they start showing some more gameplay of Unravel 2, which is out now.
Right.
That was just like, we're showing it and it's available. It's co-op. Then they said that they started highlighting their indie games. So they're focusing on a lot of studios. They wanted to talk about A Way Out, which is that fuck the Oscars guy.
Yeah.
And how now because of the success of his game, they've moved them into a more full-fledged studio and given them the space they need to work on future games. And they have another studio that they're trying to like look at, and that's the Sea of Solitude game.
Bring them back at PlayStation Experience.
What's that?
Bring them back at PlayStation.
That'd be fucking awesome. Yeah.
Just real quick on that,
or VGAs, you mean?
On that director, or that game.
The Sea of Solitude.
No, the Way Out, dude.
Oh yeah.
I feel like it was like a one-hit wonder, just because like things fell into place perfectly, like with him saying like "F the Oscars."
I definitely think that helped it, but I've heard good things about like that as a couch co-op for like non-gamer.
But the thing is, like this, so you have to get people to buy it, you know.
Sure.
And even if the game is fantastic, like, it doesn't mean people are gonna buy it. Like, there's really good games out there. They just like never made it because people just never bought it. Like, they just didn't hear very well about it. What did
you think of Sea of Solitude from what they showed?
I don't like pirate thing is not mine.
No?
Like, it's just not for me. So like when they had the Sea of Thieves, well, this is something else, but like that's very similar.
Yeah, a lot of other games had that.
Yeah, and I was just like, that's not. And there's actually. This is the new zombie. Like, I was like, holy shit.
There's a lot of things that I was like, there's a running theme here. A lot of people have been talking to each other.
Yeah.
But Sea of Solitude got me with how the story was, where she's like, it's about loneliness, it's about depression, and then how that manifested into like a Dark Link sort of version of the main character. And I thought that part was cool.
Yeah.
The sea stuff, I agree.
So Celeste, basically.
Yeah. It reminded me of Celeste, and I don't know. It was a cool, like, seeing a studio being fostered.
Yeah.
I was like, if this is the direction they take with other ideas, that'd be cool too. Then the moment Command and Conquer Mobile shoutcasted.
Yeah.
Man, I thought that's where it fell apart for me.
Oh my gosh, dude. I like that was, I wouldn't say cringe, but it was like you didn't have, like, that was over the top.
When the shoutcast just like fucking like they're trying to make a Daigo moment out of it. I was like, what? The guy is not doing it, Jack. Like, this is not a game you could try to make me hyped about.
Hey, he came back. That's all I know.
Then they do the deep dive into Anthem, and that's where they kind of was the rest of the thing.
That's where it falls apart.
They announced, they did a bunch of sports stuff. They talked about their PC subscription premium service, and then they did like the dive into Anthem, where they had the people involved talking and walking through as the gameplay was shown.
Yep.
Before we get into our thoughts, some of the things that after after the E3 happened, they talked about no PvP will be at launch because they were worried about balance issues.
For Anthem.
For Anthem, yeah.
Okay.
They will have something maybe further down the line. Matchmaking will be there for all kinds of whatever you're trying to do. There will be a matchmaking for
and then dedicated servers as well.
dedicated servers. So outside of that, what are you guys' thoughts of EA?
So first thing is, like, with Battlefield, I love that they just went straight up. They're like battle royale mode. Like, they weren't even they weren't trying to like hide it. They weren't being like, massive online mode or something. Like, they weren't trying to like
sugarcoat it
or hide the
spin it.
Spin it in a different way. So I was like, that's fine. Like,
they didn't
that's
give
exactly
a lot of details on it though.
They didn't, but it shows up. Like, I figured that wasn't be the case. Like, it shows like kind of a scene where like it's kind of a scene. I'm assuming that you're going to see when you're diving off of whatever the airplane that you're going to be jumping off of. There are bullets like galore just shooting up in the sky, and I wonder if you can get hit. That'd be pretty interesting from those bullets. But that was just something that I thought, like, right off the bat was like, that's what you need to do. You need to just go straight into it, because you cannot be sugarcoating this. Like, everyone knew, like, off the bat, they're going to be like, there's going to be a lot of battle royale games. Like, that's going to be my number one hated word at this point, And I think they did good. They did a good job just jumping straight into saying
I'm curious how that's going to work for them. I think squads will work great for them, because Battlefield has always been like, get a group in your helicopter, in your RV or whatever vehicle that you have in the game, squad up and go. And even when you're doing like a 32v32, it groups you into little squads if you don't make your custom one. So I feel like that works well with it. I don't know how the solo runs will work.
Yeah,
it's cool.
With Respawn, I feel like they announced a little early a game like that. Like, there's nothing to show.
I didn't see any
reason. And it's like still like another year before it's released, and I feel like I feel like it's gonna get pushed back for sure.
Did they say? Oh yeah, they said holiday.
Yeah, it's holiday 2019. So I don't know. I feel like that was too early, but I mean, that's what games have done. Like, they want to build that hype early, but then it's gonna be another Kingdom Hearts. Battlefront, at this point I don't even care about that game, so I didn't care about that. Unravel, I didn't know much about the first one. I never really was interested in playing it, but I saw a streamer playing the second one, and it's kind of cool the way, like, I don't know if I'm pretty sure this was the idea, but it literally unravels a story, and I thought that was really cool.
Talked about Sea of Solitude.
Sea of Solitude. The concept was cool, but again, like, I didn't care for Sea of Thieves. I'm not going to care for this probably. That CNC mobile game, I mean, if you want to piss people off, go for it, And then Anthem, I didn't build hype for me. It did not do anything for me.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, so there were people describing it, but this was not EA. People that played it were describing it as like Destiny, but with verticality. Like, because
you got like an Iron Man
fly.
Suit.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, that's really cool. And then obviously the gameplay, like the lush background, looked fantastic.
So one of the things I liked about it was this isn't from coming as a Destiny player. I so like cringed, or I hate and dread having to make an alternate character because I want to run a different class. They were like, "Oh, you have your pilot and their skills, and then you can just choose which mech you want based on what mission
on
you're
top
going."
of that, your mech gets upgraded as well.
And you can customize. So the demo we saw is they showed one. There's like a heavy, a light, like a wizard glass cannon, and then all around. And the heavy, there were 2 of them in the group of 4. One of them was like rocket launchers, grenade launchers. That
so
sort of
heavy machinery wise, like offense wise.
No, just like a tank.
Okay,
They were just like bulky, slow, deal damage, all around like bulk.
Yeah.
And then the second bulky mech one was much more of like a elemental bulk. Like he had flamethrowers. He had some of those stuff. So yeah, I don't know. What did you think, Jay?
Nothing interests me on this whole list.
What did you think of how they presented everything?
I didn't watch EA's actually. I played Battlefront 2. There was a map. It was like Overwatch where you carried a payload.
Yeah.
And it was very unoriginal.
Well, this is at the EA Play?
Yeah, I was just like, this is a very unoriginal map. Just long hallways and you can flank people.
That's something I've realized about Battlefield. It's too open. Like, it's too big.
I just look at where, like, if there's a... It's like that for me when I have to pick a new spawn point. If I can pick a spawn point in the thick of it, I'm like, I'm fine.
Yeah, it's fine, but
I am excited that it's World War II. I miss playing, like, that's one I want to play on PC.
Okay.
Like, I miss World War II mouse and keyboard, that sort of stuff. Yeah, I think overall it was just like a default. Like, this is your out of the pick of the crop, like, type of
a D? You're giving it a D? Is that what you're telling me?
I'm giving it a fault.
He's giving it the D.
Yeah.
The D.
Yeah. Nothing to write home about for me.
Anthem, meh. Had no interest before, had no interest after.
It didn't change your opinion.
Oh, yeah.
So people that obviously don't watch the video, we have sheets here and they have a grade. I don't know who added this. I don't know whose idea this was.
I think the developers.
But I'll give it a grade, and I'm going to give it a D. Okay. I think the presentation for these, obviously, a lot of these games, it's not something I'm interested in. Like the Battlefield, I'm more of the Call of Duty person.
Yeah.
Because it's faster paced. It's smaller maps. You know, you respawn no matter where you're respawning, even if it's a mile away, you're still in the thick of it. So I enjoy that more. Obviously, I'm excited for Jedi, but I feel like they dropped the ball by announcing it a little too early.
I feel like the way it was all presented was slow and like dragged its feet. Like the scene, the Command and Conquer was like 20 minutes longer than it needed to be, and then the amount of time, like the Indies part, she spoke really well about certain parts of it, but I was like, just like let your presentation speak.
Yeah, people were like in love with that presentation. Like
she was cool. I just thought like, she talked too long.
They're like, she's very passionate about the Sea of Solitude game, but. Yeah,
but no, fuck the Oscars, so no Sea of Solitude.
Wasn't there? Sorry, man.
All right, hey, Microsoft.
Yeah. So I missed.
It goes on to the second page.
What did I see?
Did you see? Did you guys watch this one?
I saw it all. Like I started watching it from Captain Awesome.
Wow, spoilers.
So I missed.
So you started from that point on.
Yeah.
I had to go back and rewatch it.
Okay.
Because I missed it live.
So I missed. There's 3 games I missed that they showed.
Jang, do you want to take us through this one?
So I actually live streamed this with reaction, and I fucking loved the pacing. I think it had the best pacing out of every fucking company. Their pacing was no talk. There was some talking, but they were just like, okay, we got 50 games to show. Here we go. Boom, 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 boom.
Do you want to?
The only problem is these games are like third-party games. And, I mean, they showcased what they bought a couple studios.
I know a lot of it was like. First exclusive.
It had a VGA style, like Video Game Awards. That's how that same voice. I was like, this sounds like Jeff Keighley's like running this thing, which is cool. Like it was familiar and it had like that presence about it.
And I was telling like the handful of people who are watching my stream, like they need to do this. Like they need to buy first party fucking exclusives. Like
I think they invested in some of them because one of the things they talk about is. They're putting a bigger emphasis on their indie studios, and they bought the people that make State of Decay. Mm-hmm. They bought the studio or brought in the studio that has done Forza Horizon. They bought the studio that did Hellblade: Senua. They won that at the VGAs for capture, and the people that broke off from BioShock that did We Happy Few. Mm-hmm. These are all like they're going to be exclusive Microsoft titles, or working on exclusive Microsoft content.
Yeah.
So going through, they started the gates off with Halo Infinite tease.
Yeah.
just kind of sort of like a tease.
Mhm.
So cinematic. You saw Master Chief,
And
it's
that
the next.
Did it have? It didn't have any sort of release date on that. Right?
No, it was just like you saw the helmet. That was it.
Yeah.
It was like, hey, he's here.
hey, tease.
Then they go into Ori and the Will of Wisps,
Mhm.
which is 2019.
So no longer a blind forest. Now it's the Will-O-Wisps.
Nope. Look cool.
Yeah, it's always good.
Look beautiful.
If you saw Duncan's video, he still loved it.
And then when we remember, was it VGAs?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, VGAs. They teased Shadows Die Twice.
Right.
We finally understand what that means. From Software, Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice.
So that's the one that we thought was
Bloodborne.
Bloodborne.
and Tenchu.
Yeah.
So it was
Slash
neither
Tenchu.
of them.
It was neither of them.
New
But this-
IP.
Yeah,
Is it a new IP? Because
Yeah.
it said returning. Like the teaser that they showed was like, wasn't it like? Didn't it say, or maybe it's
No,
just
it
like
says
the hype?
he's died and he's come back.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
So I have notes at the top as well. It's not a Tenchu game. People were
Yeah.
concerned about that. They confirmed.
Activision's the
Activision
publisher.
is working with From Software to publish this, which is interesting.
I think this verbiage is funny.
I think they made it just to say, "Hey Neo, we can do you fucking better." Like you want to fucking do a Souls game with ninjas or samurais? We'll show you how it's done.
We'll see. I'm sure. I'm definitely sure it's going to be a different type of game than Neo, but
Mhm.
it is familiar. Like it's like how you were talking about the boats. Like ninjas were another thing this year. But the interesting thing that got me peaked about the From Software's version, because they really are into level design,
Mm.
as you've praised them for it. I know, and I'm like it's enticed me more and more to try some like From Software games. But they said that because this is the first one to include jumping, as your character will be able to jump. He's got a mech arm,
Never happened before.
grappling, and stuff.
Verticality.
So verticality is an emphasis in like how the levels are designed. So I'm definitely curious, like if all of the last plethora of From Software games have done so well with what they've done with no jumping, I'm curious how they'll expand on that.
This is the last game out of the 3 that I missed. I did not see this. Like I went straight into it and I saw the Captain of Spirit, and from there I started watching. And I thought like I caught it early. I was like, hell yeah, I'm not missing a single thing. I missed.
I
out,
lost my
apparently.
shit when I saw Sekiro. I was like, "Oh!"
So
my
I need to talk a little bit about this game. I need you guys to talk about it because I honestly didn't
So,
see
okay.
much of
Do you
it.
remember at the VGAs there was that weird?
Yeah,
like that?
and that's
So
the
that's a
arm.
grappling hook. It's
Oh,
like
it's
it's a
coming
plastic arm.
Yeah,
or
he's
not plastic, but a
Mechanical,
bone,
yeah,
maybe?
yeah.
So the chain thing, like that you see, that's
It's
that's
it's
the chain in his
yeah,
arm.
it's like a
Okay.
And
grappling hook.
there's like think of the design and the motions of like a Bloodborne or a Dark Souls.
Mhm.
There's like giant sumo guys. They're just like taking you out, throwing you in the air. There's a dude on a horse like fighting you, turning around, like throwing, and you're dodging.
the gameplay felt more fluid than like
it felt like a faster Bloodborne.
Yeah,
yeah,
It's
it's
just
very
like-
is quite fast paced.
okay.
But it still had you would test this more, or confirm this more. It looked very Dark Souls like in the
Mhm.
motions and movements.
yeah.
It's just like cranked up a little.
Nice.
Mhm.
Okay.
Crank.
Yeah.
And it's all platforms, huh? Including Switch.
Yep.
Yeah, so that was one, and I'll get into it once we go into it. But I think, like what you were saying with third party, there's a lot that Microsoft showed that isn't just for Microsoft.
Yeah.
So then, next they go into the Captain Spirit, which is from the creators of Life is Strange, and it ties into
People
Life is
were.
Strange.
Yep. It's in the same universe.
I know, but
And
people
it's
were
free.
talking shit. They were
Really?
like, "I don't want. I mean, that's cool and all. I don't want to play this."
Why?
Or at least who said that? I saw it on Twitter. It was just one person saying it.
People were talking.
People were talking about
One dude. He's still an egg on Twitter.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's cool that it's free. I also think it's cool that franchise is still getting support.
Yeah.
I still for the next game. I still think that Battle Royale is still happening though. So
Crackdown 3.
Crackdown 3,
Oh, by the way, the awesome one I think is out this month.
June. Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't announce a date for Sekiro. Crackdown 3, Terry Crews is back. They announced the date, like it got leaked, or they announced it or confirmed it
Yeah.
a little bit before, but then they showed more of the game. I mean,
Nah.
It invites me into Battle Royale. Like that's
Really?
the way the game is.
I feel like that's the only thing that'll save it.
yeah. It's a
Like
Battle
I
Royale,
have
that's what
no.
I'm
This
saying.
looks like a PS2, Xbox 360 game. Like the way it looks and feels, I'm like,
Meh.
cool. Terry Crews is in it.
It's been in development for so long that they still have the old graphics.
Yeah. Metro Exodus 2019.
Just a little bit on that one. I played the previous. I played the previous games before they were redone. Before it had the Redux, and and it had the weirdest first-person shooting in any game because it wasn't 100%. Like, if I aim down sight and my bullets are connecting with the monster, there is still a chance the bullet's gonna miss. Yeah. It was like it had a percentage on the bullet. It didn't make any like it doesn't show it. You're just shooting them, and like some bullets just don't do anything.
There's no feedback to like indicate anything.
And you're like, this. How am I hitting him yet missing him?
Pulp Fiction.
And this was so for PC they made a mod where this wasn't. It became a natural first person shooter where every bullet connected is every bullet hit. And then they did the Redux where they fixed that issue and it no longer has that issue anymore. Jeez. So I'm still coming off of I'm pissed because apparently I'm missing when I'm not.
I mean, the tone of it looks like 5 other games I've seen announced recently. And it just, there's nothing unique about it that grabs me besides like a dead bear.
They've done a very good job at the putting you immersively in like those areas, like the way the game is. So
this one had the most personality out of all of the previous stuff I've seen, so that's cool for it.
So I might still pick it up, but
it's not enough for me to want an Xbox one.
I'm
pissed. Still like, I think all three of us are coming from a point of view of like, we don't have Xboxes. What here is going to entice us? All right. So far, I'm nothing.
Good thing all I got nothing. Are not Microsoft exclusives.
Ori.
Kingdom Hearts 3, first trailer of many for the year.
Yeah,
they had a release date here.
Yep,
January 2019.
Right, finally.
We'll see.
I know. Imagine push back. Sorry, February 1st, 2019. We're sorry, guys.
Frozen is a world that's announced.
Frozen world.
That's about it.
Let us know.
Then we do the indie studio
real
thing.
Quick on. Have you guys seen the GIF that they did of the chick from Frozen, Elsa?
Yeah,
she shoots out because she shoots out something to save the character in the trailer, Sora, and someone cut the GIF so she shoots it out and then it shows Skyrim, an ice mage shoot like a solid block of or a spear ice. And it hits a deer in the butt, and it just goes flying straight. And then it cuts back to Sora going like, "Cool, you have ice powers!" Like, it's really good.
That was good. Microsoft Indie Studios Division 2. First, we're seeing it of it. March 2019, set in DC.
Yes.
So I never played the first one. Is that what they showed? Is that what happens in the game?
Thing?
Is it like a sequel? It's Washington D.C.
It's just like now it's set in Washington. The first one's in New York.
But it was never like zombies. Like the virus was just killing people, right? Yeah. So it became like a.
There wasn't any zombies in this.
No, I know. Yeah. But like when you think of virus now, you think of zombies.
Do you?
I think of zombies.
I don't. I think of like the cold.
I think of Rob Zombie.
Yeah. Then we get the new Tomb Raider game, September of this year.
Not interesting.
Devil May Cry 5.
That made me lose my fucking mind. Even though it's multi-platform.
I loved how you on your stream you're like Devil May, and like after every word you said, the van comes up like Devil May Cry 5. It was pretty cool.
That was the biggest surprise for me for E3. I mean, I knew it was coming, but
another theme, recurring theme, robotic arms.
Yeah. And what's funny was like, when did this happen? And it shows it's still in the trailer. It shows his arm get chopped off the fuck off.
Yeah. Spring 2019. Then we got Cuphead DLC coming.
I went to the bathroom. Didn't see.
You missed that one?
Yeah. It wasn't like that big of a thing.
I just came back to like
cool.
new character and that's it.
Yeah. And then, the chalice girl.
And then they have a word, like a whole phrase for the DLC, and each letter of it spells out.
That,
oh yeah.
Microsoft, Xbox.
You can play them on PC.
Oh shit! I don't like to play on PC.
I mean, I'd rather do that than buy a new console. If it's between those two.
And then this one, I was like,
this one caught me off guard.
So I was watching it on Twitch. So this next one's called Jump Force.
Yeah.
I was watching it on Twitch, and someone I was watching it. And I didn't notice anything, but someone's like, Naruto ? I'm like, where the fuck did you see? All of a sudden it shows him. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, holy shit. And then it showed even more. I was like, oh fuck.
They could have like taken it from like, this is pretty cool to oh fuck.
Yeah.
If everyone's converging and all of a sudden you see Senpai like One Punch Man. I think they need to have him in it. That would have been the fucking everyone's
like, how do you?
I don't think he's in Jump though.
How do
he's
you
not
even,
in the company.
I know, but how do you?
It would have
even,
been cool though.
How would you even write someone like that in a game? Like,
How do you write all these characters?
he punches everyone in one punch. Like that's it.
He's the last boss.
Yeah.
You have to. He can only do kicks, and you build up a punch, and that's his like ultimate move.
That one was pleasant, but I don't. Again, not exclusive.
I wish it was a 2D. I didn't.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be like DBZ Fighters style. I would have been.
Yeah.
Because now I've had experience. The jump games have all been like DS or DS
I
games.
have 2 of them.
So do I.
Good.
They're really good. I love
good.
playing like local play.
Yeah.
It's
The
so
thing
much
is-
fun.
But then if you don't have the game, they get chosen random people, and you got the cool people.
They have like Fist in the North Star. They had all these other characters.
Oh,
Yeah, it was a weird departure for me from the traditional side scroller. Yeah,
The fucking nostrils.
I love those games. Then we got Dying Light 2.
when I saw this game, I thought it was a completely different game because it looks good. It looks good.
I've never played them, so I can't speak to them. Battletoads getting
That was like they should have done something where like they called someone randomly because like there was a joke
Call
where like
Pawn Stars.
yeah you just call someone you're
guys
like
got
you got us Battletoads and then they just be like yeah 2019 and then it just shows
That
up.
would have been good.
They should have done something like that, dude. They should have played off that meme, dude.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
man.
Then Just Cause 4,
Which had already been leaked.
yeah, 2018. Then Gears comes up. 3 games.
I feel like they messed up the way like to start it because they
The
show
Funk Pop.
Gears of War Funk Pop. You're like, what the fuck? And also we have tactics and we have the real game. You're like,
They should have started with the real game, then showed the tactics,
Yeah.
then ended with Funko Pop. Be like silly.
Definitely.
I'm excited about the tactics one. It's like XCOM style. Getting close to the end, we got Nier Automata finally coming to Xbox.
So this was originally only PS4,
PS4 and PC,
and it's coming out as
like God Edition or something.
something you're a god now or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it has all the DLC.
Yeah.
The Square Enix boss is a playable villain in the game. And then Sea of Thieves getting a couple of DLCs announced for the year, and then we end with CD Projekt Red's.
It's really that's how you had to start big and you had to end it crazy, and that's a good way to end it where you think it's ended and wait, and then like oh shit.
Yeah, because did they really end it with Sea of Thieves? Or was nothing else after that? Like other than
I think maybe like they came out and talked. They had like Forza. I didn't.
They had, like, this
I
weird
didn't include
trailer.
any
Oh,
sports.
that's right. They had the trailer.
Yeah.
It was what's his face? The guy who mainly announced for Microsoft. The head of
I don't know.
I forgot his name. But yeah, he was coming out. He's like, here's the thing, and all of a sudden, like, yeah, it shows like the hack.
We got one more thing for you guys. Take a look.
That was so
World
good, man.
premiere. Yeah, what do you guys think of Cyberpunk 2077?
That's something I've been super excited for. I've always been a fan, and this is like to show why I want to go watch Upgrade. Is just like cybernetics. Like that's something I've always been a fan of. Like I've watched Ex Machina. That was fantastic.
It makes me want to play Witcher.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I haven't played it, but it's like fuck. I know they make good games.
So I'm
great
hoping,
games.
yeah. In The Witcher, there's a small thing where Ciri talks about having been to a future to hide from, because in Witcher she's getting chased by these monsters, these undead people, and she goes to the future to try to escape them, and she talks about like I've seen people with metal in their head, I've seen flying cars, and then like they're like, why'd you come back? And she's like, I thought I was gone long enough where they forgot about me or lost my scent and don't remember. But that wasn't the case. But so I'm hoping that either they tease this, they have her like she's like a character just chilling like in a bar, and you maybe you don't even interact with her, but she's just there.
That'd be cool.
Holy shit, that's her. That'd be
So
really
The Witcher
cool.
is a third person point of view.
You're
This
behind the
one's-
corner. You're behind their back, sort of
This is first.
like an Uncharted.
This is first person.
Yeah.
They said like it's gonna be a mix of like how Deus Ex looks, or not looks, but like the world that sort of is cybernetics, attachments, that sort of stuff. And then whenever you're traversing around the city, it's very GTA style.
That's crazy.
From behind closed
That's
doors.
Crazy.
Like it's a fully fleshed out city. Your character could be either gender. It's his or her name is V, and you'll have little side stories. You'll have main quests. You'll have all sorts of stuff. They had gameplay behind closed doors, so that
Jason
Schreier
demoed it, and he said it's a mix of like The Witcher 3, like The Witcher
The
3's
quest.
quest
and an RPG elements probably.
and then RPG. He had 3 games that and I know he said
GTA
the GTA
and
that
Deus
their
Ex.
driving style.
That's crazy.
And then a Dos Ex aiming or like fight like shooting style. So
I usually don't buy first day like new games, but this might be. There's no release date, huh?
No, nothing yet. But the fact that it has some gameplay, like even if we didn't get to see it, I'm confident
if
about
anything,
like, whenever they come out, I'm like,
I've said it before, like no pre-ordering for me. I'm probably gonna pre-order this. I'm hoping it's just not a piece of
Got
shit.
him.
But yeah, they ended it with Cyberpunk 2077.
We'll see more at the VGAs.
And
that'd be cool.
To go back to the grading, I mean, Microsoft. So I'm not. I have to say, I'm not. I've not been a huge fan of like single console exclusives, but I understand the idea. Oh, what?
There's one other thing. I don't know if this is gonna entice you in any way. They said they're in the like he threw it as a small note. He's like, we're working on the next Xbox, next gen.
I know. Yeah, that was like, dude,
just sort of like passively.
You have the Xbox X, bro. What the hell?
The Scorpio, old news.
Seriously.
So, sorry, go back to your point. I just wanted to get that in.
That threw me out. Like he was just like, we're working on it now. Obviously,
you know how they sell you a system? Cybernetic arm. The new Xbox is a cybernetic. You chop off your arm. And
it's part of Cyberpunk 2077.
I can be a robot.
It's an upgrade. So yeah, for grading, okay. So I'm really glad they didn't have like crazy exclusives. Like obviously, Forza is something that they have. Because I'm not gonna get an Xbox for this.
Hey,
you know?
Why?
And then
weather though.
Weather. The weather system. It's gonna feel like there was a game where the weather changed like that. Anyways,
Just Cause?
No.
They said weather's gonna play in that. Like you can cause tornadoes and shit.
Animal Crossing has weather.
No, but it changed fluidly like that, where you're like driving or you're like moving, and immediately it's like already snowing.
We need to get you on point.
Anyways, okay, it's a grading system. So that's one thing that I enjoy that they didn't have crazy exclusives. So all these games are coming out everywhere that I can just play. Good amount of content and good pacing. I'd have to give them a B. Microsoft's
I probably give them a B-. I still don't want to buy an Xbox.
I feel like it hurt them that they didn't have anything exclusive because I'm like, what is the point of you having a conference at that point?
Didn't hurt me.
But like,
as a consumer,
what is the end goal if a studio is having their own press conference? To like entice you to want their stuff.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not giving me any reason to get your stuff, then why do I? Like, this has just become where everyone goes to be like, all right, we can't get it into Sony's or Nintendo's.
I mean, they
still
still have a few. So Ori, Crackdown, no. Forza,
Gears, Halo,
and State of Decay. Wait, no, State of Decay.
I can play those on PC.
PS4. Is State of Decay coming for PS4?
Yeah.
So you got that.
The second one is
Cuphead.
You can play that on PC.
It doesn't matter.
I'm just saying, like, there's other, like, there's no need for me to get any hardware
Gears of
from
War. Oh no, yeah, I know, and that's
hurting them
because
in some ways.
That was their original, like, obviously, like they have it's PC and Xbox because they are
in their
PC.
Microsoft store.
Yeah.
So if that's a success point for them, great. Then they're still able to get me. But I've never had a reason in like I can't think of how long.
Like KOTOR.
Yeah, that's
like, we're gonna release the Kraken. Not yet.
Just a box moving. It's a loot crate just like jumping.
I gotta go with solid B. I love the pacing. I agree with you guys. I think that's how I want to see this thing. Like, come out, say a few things, keep the trailers coming, do the world premiere, do the first whatever. The games, the types of games, they had a little bit for everyone. They didn't have someone talk for an extended amount of time on any one game.
Someone play music or fucking just someone.
Hey, I like that.
I didn't like
or
it.
cringe guy come out.
I liked it in certain ones. I didn't like it in other ones.
We'll
talk about it
as they
very
come up.
soon.
Yeah.
So I give it a B as well. So we're
B-.
Nice. So B-, B.
Speaking of B,
Bethesda.
B3.
BE3. Bethesda comes out, rocks it out with Andrew WK,
which I hated.
Introduce
unnecessary.
Spending like Andrew WK 20 minutes practically on Rage 2.
Same fucking shirt from when he was born, dude.
Goddamn.
Rage 2, and then they go into details of the gameplay and all that jazz.
Which had already been leaked.
Yeah. I mean, they just showed more.
They made a jab at it from Walmart.
Doom Eternal.
Doom Eternal got announced.
Which is like it's like another game in itself, right? It's technically like 3 or 2.
What? No. What is that?
Sequel.
Yeah, it's just the next Doom.
Yeah, well,
When I first saw the thing, I was like, "Wait, this is Doom 2."
because normally like it says Rage
And
2.
then I saw
you
the-
know
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
2. So
I
this
saw
one
the
doesn't
spider
have-
guy. I was like, "Oh yeah,
The
Doom
spider
2.
guy, the skeleton
it's
thing,
Doom 2."
and then you see him crush the skull, the music playing. I'm like, fuck, just any more reason to play these games.
I feel
But
like you
they
missed
said
one, too.
there's more details coming in August.
You missed
So-
one. They talked about Quake. They had the
I mean-
tournament. It was free. It's free. Oh, it
Well,
was
it's too
free over
late
the
now.
weekend.
I think.
Yeah, it's gone.
I got it though.
I didn't think it was worth talking about. But okay, yeah, Quake. And okay, if you want to talk about that, let's talk about the Elder Scrolls, whatever the multiplayer one is, online. I don't
the
care.
Blades.
No. There's an online one, like Elder Scrolls Online. It's like an MMO.
Oh no, yeah.
We can talk about that.
I mean,
ESO.
well, that ain't-
I give zero shits
I
about
mean,
that.
that game's been out
Let's
for
talk
a while.
about the card game too.
That's bad.
Okay, let's move on.
Apparently, I didn't even know they've had the card game for a while.
It was at last year's.
and the guy's like, "Yeah, we canceled it, and now we're reintroducing it. Way better graphics." I'm like, "Yeah, I don't care,
I
dude.
don't
I'm sorry."
Prey came out. They had an interesting like
I called
thing. The DLC. That was
called
pretty cool.
that.
They have an update too. So New Game Plus and then
An infinite mode.
yeah,
You'll never
like-
get tired of this.
Yeah.
And these are all free. I just gotta.
And then there's a DLC one. I
Yeah.
don't know which part where the
the
divide.
moon one. So
Yeah,
there's that
yeah, the
moon
moon.
one that every time you replay it, it's completely different. Like
Different
the way
things could
everything
happen, yeah.
works. Yeah.
Wolfenstein.
That saddens me about Wolfenstein. It's that Wolfenstein, the second
This
one,
was
came out.
spoiled for me, by the way, because I
Really?
had not finished that game still.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
I haven't
it's a
either.
spoiler. Then I would have think.
I mean,
That-
I don't know enough about what happened, so I'm just gonna be like, I don't want to.
Hey, all I know, and I'm gonna spoil it for everyone here.
Twins.
Dude has twins, 2 female twins.
I thought that he would have beaten the Nazis in the second one, and I guess they're still here. Fuck the fucking Nazis.
That was their theme. Fuck Nazis.
Fucking Nazis.
I was like, damn.
They should have the guy from A Way Out team up with Wolfenstein. Fuck the Oscars.
And
Fuck
the Nazis.
I mean, it's cool. I like that studio, so I like games from them.
So
I can't comment on it until I play the rest of
Yeah.
Wolfenstein 2.
the thing with Bethesda, whenever they showcase a game, like I want to play. I need to play the older games.
Yeah.
Like I'm just like, fuck. I'm so backlogged, dude.
Yeah. I'm back.
Wolfenstein is in the backlog.
I played
And Doom.
Doom. Oh,
Dude,
play-
so people in my chat are like, wait, you need to fucking play Doom. I was like,
you played Wolfenstein. I thought you played a little bit of it. You
I
played
haven't-
Inside.
Yes.
Those are the
in
two
Limbo.
games. In
Yeah.
Limbo. No, but I remember I talked about Inside and Wolfenstein. Okay. Wolfenstein's good. I don't think so. Then we get
Bombs
Fallout
drop.
76.
Nukes drop.
Todd Howard.
Todd Howard comes out.
Dude.
He makes some funny jabs.
Everyone's like, "Where's our Lord? Free Todd Howard. Where's our Lord and Savior Todd Howard?" And then when he comes out, everyone's
Hey, what's
the
up?
chat was like insane, dude.
So up until this point, everyone's reading from prompts, and there were some awkward moments, like really, really cringeworthy.
yeah,
awkward
with
moments.
what was it? With
Rage?
Rage.
Yeah,
Was it Rage?
yeah, the tall guy.
Oh yeah, it was them then. Yeah, because the guy's like, yeah, and then it was like.
Fuck.
He's
Yeah,
just looking around, like waiting a bit, and all of a
Yeah.
sudden the guy's like, "Oh yeah, and Rage."
all the other ones too. It was just like I know the Doom guys. I've heard them in documentaries. They're fucking hilarious. But I could easily tell they were reading from a prompt. They're like, and in Doom, we're excited to see where you take this next. I'm like, oh fuck, just stop. Like, I love you guys, but God, that's
They should have a disclaimer like, "I didn't have enough time to memorize these lines, so I'm gonna have to read them."
whoever wrote it, yeah. But when he came out for Fallout, he was totally off the cuff. He's just like, I got this.
I know, dude.
And I think before Fallout, they showed the Alexa thing. Did you guys see that?
And
Mhm.
it's a real thing.
That was hilarious.
I can download it on my Alexa right now.
What's his name?
Keegan.
Keel?
Keel.
How's it?
Key and Peel.
Peel.
So you
Keel.
put them together, Keel.
Keel.
Alexa.
Yeah. That was funny. The Skyrim on Alexa.
It worked really well.
And you're right. It's out. Like,
Yeah.
it became legit. And then, yeah, Fallout 76, West Virginia, comes out this year,
Yep.
November. They're doing co-op,
Mhm.
online, like, they said softcore survival. So not going to be
Softcore.
like H1Z1 or like... None of that hardcore shit.
Yeah, because he was like softcore, and he's like, get that out of your head, you guys. Or whatever.
And what'd you guys think of that for a Fallout game?
My thoughts is that nuke thing. So
What
obviously,
nuke
like the
Don't nuke
so
me.
you can they have nukes that you can get in the game,
Yeah.
and so they weren't like they were like you can't, just one person cannot do it. You have to have a set of codes. Therefore, you have to have friends. So now I feel like people that have friends are gonna dominate. And people that are solo players, they're just gonna get fucked over. They're not gonna have a fun time. Dude.
I'm worried that if I want to play solo, I'm not gonna have the option. If they say something like private servers or a way to like disable it,
because as of right now, he said it's gonna be a server where it's gonna have like about like 12 people or something like that, or less than that, like 10 people or so. And so therefore, if there's a team of players that just want to fuck around and you're in that server, you're gonna see a nuke drop, a nuke drop. A nuke drop, a nuke drop.
It's just one nuke. I don't think it's gonna be crazy.
No, well, there's different locations for nukes.
Right.
Therefore,
I don't think
travel.
I don't think they're gonna spam it like.
I think they're.
I think they're gonna be hard to come by.
I think it's gonna get to a point where it's not gonna be hard to. They're gonna be so well. They're gonna know the tricks of the trade.
The two things I want to see them address is how it lets me play by myself. Because they said you can, if you want to play this by yourself.
It shows the Ethernet cable.
So I think you're gonna be severely disappointed. I think that what he meant by yourself is you could literally just go in an online game by yourself and just play, but you're still gonna have people in that game. Like I think that's what he meant.
So.
I think that's what he meant. I don't agree.
I think there's
The
gonna be
second thing,
offline mode. Like the way Dark Souls has.
Nope.
No one can invade you.
It's all.
Why?
It says online. It's an online.
It just
game.
got announced.
They've said it's online only. So I'm sorry.
Okay.
You guys are gonna be disappointed. That's all I'm saying.
I'm saying I want them to address it. Like however they want to say it. Like, yeah, it is online only. That's how it's gonna be. Fine. Say that clearly.
Disappointed.
Or say, well, how am I gonna be disappointed with
because your hopes are up that it's
I have
online.
no hope. I'm saying I want details.
The hope is that you're floating in the water right now.
I think it's gonna be like Dark Souls.
I'm dropping a nuke on
should
your
be
thoughts right now. My other thought is, fuck, what was it?
Nuke.
Yeah. My thoughts got.
I got the code. I got the code.
Was it
mods? Because with Fallout and Skyrim games, I feel like mods are fairly easy to implement when you're playing solo and on your own copy of the game. But if it's heavily paced on like online servers, how is mods going to be?
More than likely won't be allowed, and more than likely, if you do have a way of adding mods, you might be getting banned.
Yeah, I think it's going to cause
because they did that in the
issues.
beginning of Fallout 4, I think.
They have a store where they
well now they do, but when it was originally like it was online and you can have mods. If you had mods online, they were banning you.
Which is crazy because I feel like Bethesda games are where mods have thrived till the present day.
They've gotten shit on because the mods have been like obviously like an underground community type thing.
Yeah,
and then Bethesda's like, here's a store of mods where you can buy, and you're like, what the fuck? These were free, you pieces of shit. Yeah, so
I don't think they're going about it the right way.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see. It's coming out soon, which is cool. I definitely like the story, so I'm interested in that sense.
Yeah.
It sounded like Ron Perlman, the guy that's been doing the War Never Changes, is the president in the time when they announced this initiative.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool. I hope he comes around where he's the ultimate bad guy. And he's like, War never changes, bitches.
I'm the same.
Then we get two teases at the end. We get Starfield finally, finally a glimpse, or at least acknowledged. It's going to be a next-gen single-player RPG.
Which, so they straight up mean next-generation console? I mean, Xbox is already like...
A couple of people have been saying comments about, I think...
Oh, yeah, and there's rumor that PS4 is already having another system, but it wasn't going to be announced here.
Well, so both of the hardware publishers said that, but Ubisoft, Microsoft, and EA all alluded to something, and Ubisoft had said this outside of this, and to IGN in an interview, where this will probably be in one more hardware cycle before everything's cloud, and you just stream it to whatever device you want to play, and it's no longer hardware based.
Yeah.
And all of them talked about how they're making efforts. Like Microsoft made a small snippet of like, we're working to being like, you can play our games on your phone streaming it.
That's crazy to me because this alludes to like, you know how like the cloud or whatever, not the cloud, sorry, like Google Glasses and stuff. it's so I won't have to have the hardware in my glasses. I simply have to have the hardware to display a screen.
Sure.
And then from there, I will stream, like, obviously my really, really well created PC. Like I can just stream a game straight to my glasses anywhere I want to, and just play like these games on my
And
glasses.
I think that's gonna. We can get more into a discussion as we go further, but I think it's going to go towards like services. Where like get your instead of your Netflix subscription, your Hulu subscription, get your EA subscription.
I'm thinking bigger. I'm thinking simulation. I'm not thinking games anymore, dude. I'm thinking real life.
That's what your last simulation got to that point quicker than this one.
I'm thinking adaptations here, man.
I think you watched Upgrade.
Yeah, dude, stuff like that. Oh my god.
Just and then they did like, by the way, after Starfield, we got Elder Scrolls 6.
Blades.
Yeah, Blades.
Why are you?
It was okay. I was worried it was gonna end on that.
The concept of that was really cool. Like phone wise, I don't care, but they're like it's gonna be PS4, Xbox, PC, like on the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, that's really cool.
No, Fallout Shelter was that way. Was Blades that way?
Yeah, Blades is also on the Switch.
Oh, okay.
Gonna be on the Switch.
Okay, cool.
So I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
Like you could literally like same game, you're playing on your phone, same progress you have,
Cross-platform?
and then switch. Yeah, I don't know how it's gonna work with
I
PS4 though.
think it's catching on. That ended the show. What do you guys think of Bethesda?
And then I cut it off though, but Elder Scrolls 6 as well. Super like just a tease of
You
the
just get a
city.
song, yeah.
Like
Which means 3 years in the making. Oh,
At least
minimum.
5 years in the making. And then they're going to milk it for the next 10 years.
they're like, Kojima, hold it all beer. We're gonna tease the game now.
It makes me want to play the older Fallouts, Doom, Wolfenstein, and the old Elder Scrolls. Every time I see a fucking Bethesda, I'm like, damn, I got to play these
You
games.
playing on your Switch? Skyrim?
Oh my god, that's a time sink.
So
Yeah.
Bethesda has top grade games.
Yes.
And in that sense, the way like everything was done, I just hate there is cringe factors, and obviously this isn't on the like this isn't on like the whole thing as a whole. That's just on the people. But I cringe at the music. I'm not at a concert. Like just start introducing me these damn games. So in that sense, I have to knock down a grade, and so they get a B. They get a B on them.
I liked the games. I didn't like the presentation. So that includes the music. The music was
I
whatever.
think Todd saved it, dude.
Huh?
Todd did a fantastic.
Todd was good. The rest of the things, like, it's cool. I like seeing faces of the creators. Like, all props to that. But the way they had it just didn't flow. Like, it was just like, I would have liked it like how Prey did the video footage of the creators.
Yeah.
I would have loved snippets like that. Like if they recorded at home smooth, cleaned it.
Where it shows the monster and you're like, and then, it
Like
ends.
that's like Nintendo's got that down. Like that's how, if they're gonna have creators shown, do it that way, in my opinion. Don't have them on a stage getting awkward, waiting for an applause, getting maybe one, or getting cut off and like waiting for more. Like you're not pro wrestlers. You don't know your cues.
So what's your grade?
I give it a B+.
B3 gets 3 Bs.
Hey, BBB. Hey, baby.
And it wasn't too long. I like that.
Yeah.
Like sometimes they can run too long.
Yeah.
All right, next one.
Fucking disappointment.
Let's I don't. We could skip this one. Maybe it's too short.
I didn't watch
No,
it.
Square Enix.
I didn't watch it.
Let's just go through it really quickly. That's what it deserves.
Kingdom Hearts. I mean, what?
You didn't even write that shit in here.
Because it's been said like 50. It's gonna be said another 2 times.
So we had Square Enix. I completely missed it. I didn't even. So I thought it was gonna be at 3:30 or what time was it that it showed?
Yeah.
And anyways, like I went in at 3:30 and that shit was over. Already.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck did I? Where did I miss it? Anyway, so yeah, it had Kingdom Hearts, had Tomb Raider, more of the
Awesome Adventures.
Captain Spirit, Platinum making Babylon Falls.
Babylon Falls is a new game. They are the creators of Bayonetta, Vanquish, and Nier
I
Automata.
didn't even
What
see
kind of
that.
game is it?
Mech and biblical.
Fast-paced?
Yeah.
And then they had Quiet Man.
It
The
looked
Quiet Man.
like the Babylon one looked like a mix of Bayonetta and Vanquish.
Mm.
So I
Maybe.
mean, that one looked promising, but I don't think a press conference has warranted either of those.
Yeah,
like,
any of these things. So
like nothing of Avengers.
grade wise, F.
Yeah.
Straight up.
I didn't watch it, so
Easy
no
F.
comment.
On no attendance.
Easy
Yes.
F, dude. I completely missed it, even though I wasn't late.
No Final Fantasy. Nothing worth like everything that they had worthwhile. I think was on other press
Yeah.
conferences. So yeah, easy one. Sorry, Square Enix. Try again next year. Oh, they did Dragon Quest.
F.
Yeah.
You don't have no interest in Dragon Quest?
No, I think the
Oh.
game's cool, but I think like they didn't really.
The way that their presentation in
Oh.
general is F. They get an F.
Like I'm not saying that game got an F.
Mhm.
I forgot that game was also brought up. Ubisoft started the next day.
Yeah, Just Dance for the Wii. Holy shit.
Still giving games to the Wii.
Han Solo?
No, this one had a fucking dancing panda bear live performance. Okay, I like their live performance. That was fun.
I didn't watch
I was like, "Is the weird shit?" It was like we got some random go-go dancers.
So
we got a panda
I
bear.
started watching this one when I got at Beyond Good and Evil.
That's where
So
shit got
I
good.
skipped-
I didn't
Wait,
watch
no, I did watch Just Dance. It was so bad that I ignored it and I forgot I even
The
watched it.
performance?
Because they started on the outside, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And they came like,
Yeah.
I
like that.
my brain
Have
just
fun,
deleted
man.
that, dude.
Come on, it's-
My
have
brain
fun.
Get loose.
Again,
Please.
my thought is I'm not at a concert. I don't need this shit. I just show me the games. The thing is, like,
You're in the game.
all that is there for the people that are attending.
Yeah.
And it's just not fun for people not attending. Like
The year we go, they're gonna stop doing that. Like, man, they did nothing for us. There was
we
no
listened
performances.
to the
F.
weekly DLC, and they said no performances. So here,
Okay,
F on
so
everyone.
Beyond Good and Evil 2, you should check out the cinematic
all
trailer.
right, I'll check it out.
If-
I want to play the first one. Haven't played.
I've never played.
and they're
It was all cinematic. They did show a little bit of gameplay.
Oh, it is for PC. That's what I verified. The Good and Evil.
yeah.
It's
So
on
is it
PC.
only exclusive or?
It
No.
was. It was Microsoft. I
What?
believe. No.
Beyond Good and Evil.
Yeah.
No.
No. Okay.
It's Ubisoft.
No, sorry. I meant the first one. I thought was like an exclusive to one system, but I don't think it is either.
Some cool things about it. They showed some gameplay. It looks like a lot of space, exploration, multiple planets that you can go to, sort of No Man's Sky like
Mhm.
maybe, but a little bit more contained.
That's been
And
in
then-
development for a long
Yeah.
time.
I mean,
It's been-
showing what they did, I can see why. Because you're gonna be going from space, like it's like Star Citizen and No Man's Sky. Like you can go between planets and shit. And they teamed up with Hit Record, which is Joseph Gordon-Levitt's company. He came on stage. He's like, "Hey, we're looking to make our worlds unique, so we want people to like make cool art for each of our worlds, and we'll give you money."
Whoa.
So one thing,
But they didn't mention the money part.
That
up
was
front.
the biggest part. And
And
then
it-
someone on Twitter,
Yeah.
like, they act Joseph Gordon-Levitt and was like, "Hey, like, I know a lot of people are going to be talking about this. Something that you didn't mention, and maybe it's because it was all the hectic. But you should probably let people know that you're probably going to pay people because you've done this to all creators."
Yeah.
And he like
He's like, "Yep."
retweeted that and was like, "Yes, definitely. Like, I've paid all the creators. I want everyone to always get paid for what they do." But he didn't say that in the begin on the conference.
Yeah.
So he's still getting a bunch of flack. Like both Ubisoft
and
and Hit Record are getting a bunch of flack because people are assuming they're not getting paid. That this is just like volunteer contributions of their work.
Still,
no,
I
you're
mean,
getting
even
paid.
if it is volunteer, I think it's a cool
That's
idea.
the thing
a
is
unique
it's
idea.
voluntary, regardless of whether you're getting
Yeah,
paid
you're
or
not forced. Like
you're not forced to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
every player needs to submit one piece
Yeah.
of art. Like
So if you're
Happy face.
so if you're a really good artist, just
the
Send
planet,
nudes.
The planet's a smiley face.
Yeah.
graphic artists would be cool.
Yeah, I was saying like if you're a really good artist, you can just sketch something up real quick and submit it. Like you don't have to put your really good work up there and never get paid for that,
yeah.
That's cool.
But
And it's exposure.
yeah, it's not free though. I mean, you get paid for it.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing.
Division 2 came back out. They went into more detail. Shit some more.
I don't know.
They
about
announced that all of their like seasonal like content that's
Free.
going to be coming up is all free.
this, which is a huge plus, but I don't know.
And then they said that they'll have some sort of raid, and there'll be 8 players.
That's where I'm confused. Like,
Why?
you're not confused. I'm worried because
Why?
with Destiny, it's a 6-player raid, and I can't even fucking find 6 to 5 other players to play with.
I mean,
So I'm just hoping they have a really good like matchmaking system.
I feel like, I mean, Destiny missed the ball on this, but I feel like LFG matchmaking should be an incorporated part within the game for such a service. I feel like the 8-player can work. It's just how I don't think it's going to be how we see Destiny raids, where it's like mechanic driven. Like, hey, we need you to set the bomb off over there for this. I feel like it could be, but not. You're not going to be platforming.
I think they have to go that route. They can't just have bullet sponge. The way they did this one, like it sucked. Like,
well, in the sense,
it was
okay,
bullet sponge
I
everything.
don't think it'll be like we need a hunter, a warlock. Well, I don't think they should have class specific.
I think they will still because they showed really well like the classes.
Okay.
So I think there's gonna be like a CC, like a crowd control
Okay.
character. There's gonna be like a heal character. And therefore,
as long as I can like switch between them, like I don't want to be limited because I picked the wrong class.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, no one wants me in any team.
Definitely,
Like that's I think, or maybe it's like you split up squads. Like that could be unique, where it's like we need 4 people going this way, we need 4 people going this way.
Oh, that'd be a good thing.
So yeah, there's that. Mario Rabbids DLC coming out this month.
Didn't see that coming, dude.
And I've heard from people that have played it that it's a lengthy piece of DLC with Donkey Kong. So I'm like, yes, I need it.
They fight that Donkey Kong fucking rabbit. That's so funny.
I love it. Skull and Bones, another boat game. The one part that made me laugh was they had the music from the King Arthur movie.
Yeah.
It was like, and it fucking cracks me up every time I hear it. Elijah Wood comes out. There's some like weird live action game, like VR, where it's like a dad going into his son's dreams and like or daughter's dreams and tampering with them, and it's like sort of horror like.
Right.
Like it's weird. It creeped me out. Then they announced Starlink, which is like the toy game spaceship one.
Crossover.
But then the
like
end of
Amiibo?
it, they showed Star Fox being a character available on the Switch version.
Oh,
so they
cool.
showed the whole game Starlink by itself.
Yeah.
And then like what's this?
We need
And
help.
then
It was like someone's like, I need help. But it was like,
yeah,
and then you hear the
it's Fox. Fucking holy shit.
yeah October 2018.
The not the DLC, the pre-order for like the deluxe looks really cool because you get the Star Fox model ship for it. That looks really cool.
For Honor, not a new game, but new modes, continues support.
Breach.
Yeah, it's like
And
some mode where it's
expansion.
like someone's defending a castle, another team's attacking it. And then the expansion is introducing a new faction that's Dynasty Warriors esque.
That's
cool.
That's crazy to me. Like they're still like trying it with this game.
I mean, they came out earlier and they said Rainbow Siege has performed beyond all expectations, and its first year sucked.
Yeah.
So I think that the fact that they stuck with it was a success, and they're trying to emulate that with For Honor.
Gotcha.
That's my thought on that. And then last, they talk about Assassin's Creed Odyssey. You can play as a guy or a girl. It has a lot more RPG elements. Dialogues can be branched, much more like a Mass Effect style game. And then there's boat combat again.
But ultimately, dude, it looks like
And
a
it comes out this year.
reskin. It looks like a reskin of.
It seems like all the games are.
I know it's.
So you either like that or.
I at this point I think I'm done with Assassin's Creed series.
What I have heard though with Origins and this one in particular over the prior ones is they're delving more into the RPG side of things. Like you can do quests and stuff.
To be honest with you, I was overwhelmed with RPG elements from the Egyptian, what is it called? The Origins.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I was like, there's so much, dude.
And there's a historical element. Like in Origins they had where you can just play through it and they give you a tour.
Yeah.
Which is cool. I think it's got a lot going. It's just not stuff you or I sound like we're interested in.
The thing
Jang,
is,
you've never been into Assassin's Creed, have you?
I like the first one and the second one, but other
like,
than that,
I played games
Okay.
deeper than this. Obviously, I've played World of Warcraft and stuff. The thing is, like my mindset, it's like I know how World of Warcraft is, and when I'm playing Assassin's Creed, I don't expect that amount, and it's like I just don't want the traveling, like the amount of traveling you have to do. It's just like I don't want.
Okay,
I
fair.
just feel so there's so much downtime where you don't have fun. Yeah.
So overall, Ubisoft, how do you guys think?
didn't watch it. Abstain.
I think pacing wise was really good. They just had. I don't feel like they did a good.
There was one guy I should say for their overall presentation I didn't add was the Trials, the motocross game.
Oh yeah.
The presentation of it was
Yeah.
good. I didn't care for the game.
At first when he tripped, I think the trip was on purpose.
Yeah.
But I thought that pedestal was not the right one because there was like a TV that just flew out. I was like, I think you have the wrong pedestal, dude. But
Yeah, this guy comes out in like a Star Spangled Banner motocross kind of gear. He's a developer. He's like, fuck yeah. Gets on the stage, trips, destroys the podium. And then he's like, yeah. And then he presents.
Yeah, he actually's like, oh, sorry. And then like he helps him clean it. He kicks the TV more in. But then like second look, the TV doesn't look real. So it's like, whatever. But yeah, pacing wise, I thought they was fine. It wasn't like I didn't feel bad. I thought they did a really bad job of like how they comboed like one game to another, like
leading one to the other.
Yeah. They should have done like a really good game to like a not so well good game to a really
like
good game.
Rabbids. They had a musical number.
Yeah.
that was one of the times where I'm like, that shouldn't have happened then. Like it just like the momentum just halted.
Yeah. So
the games were good. The people spoke
Exactly.
maybe for like a few minutes longer. But
so I would say a C+ on this one.
I'm gonna give this a B+. I feel like it improved upon the things that I thought Bethesda lacked, but it had the pacing of Microsoft. Like it had a rapid go about it. Just it wasn't speaking to the games I cared as much about, but the ones that I did like Division 2, Mario Rabbids, and the surprise of like Star Fox. That was kind of a cool moment. All right, let's talk about the big boys now. We got Sony.
The big boys, only Sony.
No, I mean
we got a 50% correct. They started with.
you two guessed it right?
Yeah, we didn't. It didn't end what we thought it was going to end with, but
yeah, sure. Yeah. All right, so they start with one of Vargas's favorite things, a musical performance. And it was weird. It was in a church
twice, dude.
Right.
God damn it.
The second one was fucking cool.
You like that?
That was like Jethro Tull.
I feel like the guy wasn't pro at it.
Oh
like,
my god, yeah, he
like
was.
Some of the air things he missed. And I was
No,
like,
it was,
dude,
that's how that sounds.
dude, get out of here, man.
Brush up on your
Get off the stage.
Japanese, dude.
Flute, dude, get off the stage.
Nah, dude.
Well, the only awkward thing was the transition from Last of Us to the like they had to move everyone to a new thing. You're like,
I didn't think what they got out of that was worth what they did. Like they could have done like a cool like last year's
do that shit in the same thing.
like all the things falling perfect. Like just have that. But yeah, Last of Us 2. We get the cinematic, all this stuff going on with Ellie.
That lesbian crush.
So dude, oh my god. So they have the kiss moment, and what blew me away, like it was a cool moment there. Really impactful, like Ellie, like having her moments and it fully embracing all the emotional sides of it. And we talked about intimacy and romance and relationships fairly recently. We're ahead of the curve. But then it cuts so drastically to the intense, like graphic, gruesome other side of Ellie.
But it combines that CG trailer that they had with the
gameplay?
Yeah, the gameplay.
Yeah. When it showed
really cool.
the gameplay stuff, I was like, oh shit.
This
is like God of War now,
Yeah.
where it's like just seamless.
Yeah.
And I was just like constant awe. Just the fact that this is gameplay. Not that this was happening. I was like, this is fucking
I don't know. Dunkey put it like really well because he was like watching it and he was like, I want to believe, but he's like, I still don't think this is gameplay.
I 100% believe it's gameplay.
I don't know, man.
After
when
God
I saw
of
it,
War,
when I
and
saw it,
knowing
I was
Naughty
like,
Dog.
this is gameplay. But then after Dunkey, watched Dunkey's video. I was like, maybe it's not. Maybe I might be let down. Maybe I'm gonna cry.
you can hide in grass now. There's like a
was-
stealth.
That's Uncharted like. I remember Uncharted had that.
You know
I don't
what?
remember
So
that.
from previous
Oh,
games,
in 4 you can do that.
Okay.
Uncharted 4. Because there's parts where like the bushes look
I
exactly.
do not remember.
so yeah, and there's certain games where I feel like that just doesn't work out really well. But playing Fortnite, hiding in bushes fucking works, dude. There's like times where there's
Horizon
people
Zero
are just
Dawn
in bush, and I'm
reminded
like, I
me,
can't see that
like
shit.
For-
And yeah,
Whooshy.
Fortnite, there's like a random bush, and obviously like there's an ability for you to like, or like an item where you can put it on a bush and walk with it. But there's also bushes that are just on the ground. If you just squat in a bush, you're gone. Like it's
No
like
one's-
you fucking have an invisible cloak, and you're like, where the fuck did he go?
I mean, people were okay with Metal Gear Solid in boxes.
I know.
So like,
So after seeing
We've
this, I
come
can
a long
believe
way.
that. I can believe it now. I can believe those boxes.
yeah. But yeah, like you're right. Horizon and I recall Uncharted 4 both had that similar mechanic where it's like there's tall grass, you can crouch.
Yeah.
You're good.
Thank God.
So that was cool. One of the parts that blew my mind was there was a small crack that just looked like you couldn't walk through.
Oh,
and
yeah.
she squeezes through it. I was
Yeah.
like, what the
Grab
fuck?
And then
Bone arrow?
the enemy didn't know where she went. She's like,
And then she fucking crafts like these napalm arrows. Like, what?
You're Hawkeye.
Fucking Rambo, bro.
That dude just evaporated, dude. Holy shit. I would have maybe shot in between the two guys. I'm just saying, you know. Like
I mean, maybe you can't rocket jump, but. And then, yeah, it cuts back. The part I was going to talk about the kiss was I was looking at some tweets later from game designers being fascinated by how well developed the motion capture was where like the noses were moving. Like prior to this, games where people would kiss look so
and
awkward.
then the both captures are like, yeah, we kissed for like 20 hours.
Yeah, it shows like the two chicks were like, yeah, they're actresses. So
holy shit.
It's crazy. And then we get some Ghost of Tsushima, open world samurai game.
That fucking.
Speaking
It
of
makes
samurais,
me want to. I didn't had no interest.
I know. I watched your reaction. You're like, I don't care about this game.
That
And then when it does like the
the
flower,
red leaf scene,
Yes.
I was like, that is one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in fucking game design. I was like, holy shit.
if I'll get to it at the end. They showed Control, which is like a new.
it was
game.
like a
That's cool.
tease. I mean, they showed really good amount
Cool.
of like
Inception.
maybe
Yeah.
in-game
I was like,
footage,
that's
but
pretty cool.
It's like that mind game sort of stuff. Like you're in a prison, but it's
Yeah.
like crazy shit. It's like Inception meets Shutter Island for me,
yeah.
with like the added stuff. Resident Evil 2.
Okay.
So
I gotta get ready for Resident Evil 2 watch.
Roberto went to E3. Remaster.
Let's go.
Roberto went to E3, and he waited in line for the to be able to play the
Resident
gameplay.
Evil?
Yeah.
I texted him. That's one of his favorite games of all time.
Yes.
That's
And when he played this remake, he's like, dude, it's exactly what I need. It plays like exactly how I want it. It's like, it's perfect.
It looked like it played like Resident Evil 4, but like
Mhm.
with the older games. Which
Yeah.
I'm like, I never played a Resident Evil game because I hated how the gameplay worked.
That
before
shit
4.
had 2 jump scares for me. There's the window dog scene, and then there's one where like this wall crawler fucking just
Oh yeah,
jumps
I
out
hate
of
this
nowhere.
one.
So
I've never played Resident Evil 2. I want to play the old one before I play
No.
the new one.
just
I want to
the
play
new one.
this one. Comes
Those are
out
the two
January 9th, 2019. I feel like January is Resident Evil's month now regularly. Like they did the 7 there. So
Oof.
And then here's that reoccurring thing, pirates, dude.
Kingdom
Sea of Thieves.
Hearts 3, Pirate. They revealed Johnny Depp, and they have pirate boat combat.
So if you
For the
haven't
third
if
fucking
you,
time.
if you haven't seen like the what I guess Kingdom Hearts or EA was doing, or not EA, Square Enix, they showed Kingdom
Kingdom
Hearts in every available console, but it was a different section of the game, which I thought, I mean, was okay. They screwed themselves over.
I think it would have been okay if the game was coming out in a few months, not if it's coming out next year potentially. Like, like I don't need this much exposure now and then wait fucking forever. Like
The game's ready, dude.
it's not.
They
It's
just
then release
keep pushing,
it.
They gotta keep pushing it back because it's already been so long.
But yeah, more pirates, and then we got
More
then
Sora.
then I don't remember if this was the order, but we got Kojima
Death Stranding.
Wait.
mind fucking
The
me.
baby mooning us first. I was like, when I saw the little point of view, I was like, oh, I know what this is.
But
And then the butt showed up, and I was like, oh,
he goes,
shit.
she's like, kiss my ass.
Just kiss my ass, Conan.
So the funny thing was, I had the night the Sony press conference. It was one of the only ones I got to like watch live, besides Nintendo's. And I was like, Katie was like, "Oh, I want to have dinner. Let's have dinner." I'm like, "I'm down. I am not
Cute lady.
missing this. So if you want, I want to watch this. Just be clear. I want that to be clear.
Yeah.
No false expectations." She's like, "All right, cool. It's fine. I'll sit and hang out." And she was watching the Elder Shows. She was like mildly like, "I don't know what's going on, whatever." And then the Kojima comes on. I'm like, Daryl's in this. She's like, "Oh, cool." And she's never seen that in this game. So I'm like, it's gonna be weird. I'm letting you know now. It's gonna get weird. And she's watching it. Some like travel. She's like a delivery man or
Yeah.
whatever. And then like the girl eats the little thing, the baby thing, and then the baby coming out of him, and then just like the flash. He's like takes the baby out, and like she starts losing her shit.
What the
She's like,
fuck?
"What the fuck? What the fuck?" She's like,
So
"Do you want to play this game?"
I
I'm
know
like,
there's people online like they're ripping apart this new trailer that we've seen. But just a few things I noticed is, so he had talked about originally like death will be something that
an active part of the.
is an active part of the thing, and I can see that now. So this dude Norman Reedus can't die. He can if he dies he respawns essentially. So it's stated in the game
They
because
said
it
something
shows,
about time.
it says that when they eat him, when they eat a piece of him, it explodes. So I'm assuming that the way the game progresses is if you get caught and you explode, literally that whole area is
crater.
nuked and there's nothing you can do there
Yeah.
anymore, kind of thing.
I got
So-
some of it.
So they're worried about that. It looks like the baby is somehow either like a power source or maybe the innocence of them allows them to be able to see. So if he puts it like connects it to that machine, he's able to find it. What else? What else did I notice? I don't know what like the.
I don't like how you
carry
can't
it
see
simulator.
the enemies because I was thinking it was gonna be a stealth game, but if you can't see the enemies, it's.
But see, like
I
that's
still
where you
don't know enough about it to be able
I
to
think
say
that's where you're gonna have to save a baby. Like you're gonna have to save carrying a baby for those moments because that's what he did. He's like, I have an idea, and he plugs in the baby, and then they like kind of like pulsate. And I'm assuming that's because he has.
it didn't work.
Well, no, because he just ran through.
Reminded me of
I could have already seen it. I'm like, dude, they're getting closer and closer, so therefore you're gonna turn and they're gonna be all right there. And sure enough, like that's exactly what happened.
It's gonna make some scary moments, like tense moments. Like,
One
you
scene
see
I
the
was
foot.
he's carrying like I'm assuming a dead body.
Yeah.
I was like, what is this? What is the point of this?
Guillermo
Like,
del Toro.
Hey, spoilers.
so yeah, I'm like, what is the point of that? And then he introduced 2 new characters.
Yeah.
Yes.
Potentially a wife. Maybe.
Yeah, because
'Cause
you
the
saw looking at
photo-
a photo.
Yeah. It looked like it was her.
So that actress, I found out. I was like, wait, is that Claire Danes? At the very end, she's the Bionic Woman.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I was like, oh.
And then the other actress was in the Mission Impossible or the James Bond movie. I forget. After seeing this, where are you with where you were before on Death Stranding? More interested, the same.
I'm still
I will
like-
always buy a Kojima game.
So
dude.
it hasn't
Always.
left deterred you.
So when I'm like already like I can't even express words with this game. In the beginning, I was like, I'm on the fence. Like I don't know what the hell he's doing, and this is really weird. But now that I've gotten the concept, like the one idea for me is the fact that Norman Reedus is like killable as a character, but you respawn like that same person, but the effect of you dying stays there, and you having to respawn. That I thought was a really good idea. So that's something that's really cool for me.
What's cool is that tattoo is a real tattoo that Norman Reedus has, and he put it in the game. I was like, oh shit. Fucking
I love the care and the passion him and his studio have for like making this suit. So that's cool to me on a technical level, as a game level, and what it's felt like so far. This feels like a 3D like AAA level Inside. Like I'm gonna be whacking the fuck out, and I'm gonna love the fuck out of it.
Rolling down the hill.
Like I can only that to me. I love when shit gets weird, and I love when people change like things get
The
experimental.
norm, yeah.
Like
Yes.
it's fun, and I feel like he's a perfect person for that. He's like the Grant Morrison for video games to me.
Exactly. I feel like only 2 game designers think outside of the box like that. Kojima and Suda51. They're the only 2. Suda51 doesn't make great games,
You
but
mean Warrior 64?
yes, Warrior 64. But he just fucking man. It's
He's
way
out there. Yeah.
A baby mooning you and giving you a thumbs up. Come on, where else are you going to see that?
Yeah. So I'm behind that. Then we get another samurai game, Neo 2.
Mm-hmm.
That was holy shit.
I
And it
was-
was a quick tease too.
Yeah, it was a quick tease. I'm
Mhm.
pleasantly surprised. I don't think they need to it's just gonna be more of the same for me. Maybe a few new mechanics. I think Ghost of Tsushima and
Can you turn
and
into a demon in the first one?
No.
I haven't gotten far enough in that to know.
I mean, I've beaten the game. Well, not the DLC. None of the DLC. I
Okay.
beat the original game. No demon turning.
I remember there was abilities where your spirit could do some cool shit.
Yeah, you would have spirits.
So maybe they make it this one where your spirit's more in tune with you or fused with you.
it could be.
Where you are like you can have some.
I don't know. I don't think this is spirit related. I think this is an actual demon thing because
Could be.
it shows you die.
Yeah,
Like he gets
horns.
he gets a horn stabbed in him, right? Or no?
Yeah.
What?
No,
He
they
gets
cracks
something-
out,
I
and then
think-
they pull it out.
Yeah,
thought.
I think he gets stabbed by something.
Yeah, and then he pulls it out, and then the horns.
Oh,
come out,
okay, sorry,
and he
sorry.
turns into a demon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I was with with all these boat games, they all look very similar in terms of like how they play and the mechanics of it. I thought between Neo 2, Ghost of Tsushima, and Sakura, I thought they all have their own style.
Yeah, they look.
And I
different.
think that like Ghost of Tsushima seems like a Witcher,
Like,
open world
samurai.
cinematic.
Yeah.
I feel like Sakura is going to be much more Dark Souls. Like if you know Dark Souls, it's going to be lore driven. It's going to be level
you can
design, and the difficulty and the jumping. Yeah,
The verticality.
and I think Neo is just going to be like tried and true, more of what we've seen,
Mm-hmm.
like reliable in that sense, not
Yeah.
necessarily like going to change it in these other ways. So I'm happy with those 3. I think those are cool. Then we
Side note: I'm dying heat wise.
Yeah, me too.
It's hot in here, dude.
So I'm saving the Spider-Man one for last. We got
Okay.
a quick Destiny 2. Cade 6 bites it, And they were talking about, so before this, they were saying the new DLC Forsaken in September is going to be like a Western revenge story. And we're like, we didn't know anything else besides that. This trailer shows Cade, and then it shows 7 enemies, and then being led by one guy who's a fucking dick. And he comes in, blasts him in the face, and then they confirmed, like they've been asked all E3, Cade's dead. Like there's no coming back.
But then, so someone on Reddit supposedly, like they called this.
Yeah.
They're like, this line and what they've talked about means that there's a true death, and they're like, I think it's going to be Cade. And then they're talking about a bloodline brother, and this has to be like the only bloodline brother is this dude from
Prince
Mars.
Aldrin.
Yeah, Prince Aldrin. And then he's like, and I believe this means like his own gun, like Cade's
Ace of Spades.
Ace of Spades, and sure enough, that's like that gun gets taken. Yeah, he uses, and so now that guy he called this stuff out. He believes that. So for Cade, it's a true death. But people are like, he's like robotic. He could be revived as Cade
as a
7.
ghost. I want him to be my ghost, and Nathan Fillion be the new. That'd be cool.
Oh, actually, no. Nathan Fillion is Cade, right?
Yeah.
They were talking
Nolan
about
North is the.
They were talking about the reason why they have this death is because they need to cut back on costs. Therefore, they don't need to have Nathan Fillion's voice anymore.
I could see that.
So then they were thinking like maybe Cade 7 could be a new thing,
Troy
voiced
Baker.
by a new person, is what they were saying.
I can
But
believe
coming
that.
back as a ghost, that's actually really cool too. And then they were saying that possibly there could be a game mode or raid where you end up getting Ace of Spades as a weapon.
And his ship is called like the King of Hearts.
Ace of Spades game.
And they're saying there should be a sword called like the something at clubs.
I never made that connection because right now, if you play and you pick up, what is it called? Well, he has cards like they're maps, and then he has cards where it shows the treasure map or whatever. Holy shit! All right.
I'm in. I'm excited. I like the new game modes. The cool thing was at E3 after that reveal, people, you know how like when someone passes away on like in a car accident or like something, there'll be like people putting cards out on this corner. There was at E3 Cade and then candles and cards being put out. They showed the Rick and Morty team. Trover saves the universe.
Hey, I'm Bath Guy.
That looked pretty funny.
Or
and
Bathtub.
then they ended it with Spider-Man. More info. We got Sinister Six.
Yeah,
we don't
and
know
they
the
had
sixth one.
gameplay.
Yeah.
And again, Roberto
September of this year.
being there. Did you two get to play it or no?
No.
Oh, because that's right, EA. Sorry.
Wow. Thanks for rubbing it in.
Not actually at E3, you know. But Roberto got to play. He's like, dude, he wanted to go back the next day to play Spider-Man again. He says the gameplay was so smooth. He's like, it's
time is limited. You got to do other stuff, man.
So he went back, dude.
I'll play it. I'm definitely gonna play that.
Yeah.
I don't need any more convincing.
Looks good. Yeah. Looks really good. And especially Sucker Punch, dude. Like,
and no Rocksteady Superman.
Yeah. I don't know. So Sony.
Man, Sony.
B+. Pacing was not good.
That's the thing. Like, I don't know. Like, I guess when I'm watching all the other ones, I was thinking like, man, either it's a little too slow. I don't want anyone talking. But then Sony straight up was like all trailers, like no one talked.
After that first one, yeah.
Yeah, after the first one. I mean, I think that was just like they were there just to like
because they did that intermission where like, hey, we're outside, we're doing.
I think the intermission was just to allow the setup for Ghost of Tsushima, or else they would have just shown all fucking trailers. I didn't realize that. I guess I do need people like to introduce stuff because that was like it felt like that was it. Like
really?
That's all I got to. Even though it was like. A lot of content.
The Last of Us Part 2, I did a reaction. I chopped up my reactions. That took almost 20 fucking minutes. And their presentation was like an hour and 20, I think. It took a big chunk.
There was a lot of content, but it just passed by so fast because it was just quick, like, trailers, right? Once it, like, really got started. And I was like, holy shit. So in that sense, I feel like, I don't know, I would still give them, like, a B- probably.
I'm giving them an A.
Really?
They showed a bunch of games I'm already interested in, and anything either stayed at the same interest,
exclusive,
or went higher. They were reasons that I would play only on a Sony. And some of these games, for the first time, I've sort of been like, I don't need a pro. Some of these games like Ghost of Tsushima, Last of Us 2, Death Stranding, I'm like, I think like after experiencing what like 60 FPS and all these other things, I'm like,
Upgrade?
I think an upgrade would be good. Like if I see a good deal, I definitely want
I
to jump
recommend
on.
watching it.
So I'm
too.
like, they hit all their goals, so I think that's a good thing. So I give him, I'll give him like an A-.
B-.
B+.
All right, for the clear cut
The winner.
succeeder of Tuesday's E3. Tuesday's E3. Only press conference.
I know.
All right, so Nintendo comes out. Final ones.
They start shooting the shit.
They just
With
it was a
Super
direct,
Mario
so it's pre-recorded.
Yeah.
No performance weird shit out.
Which is, I think, a really smart move because
it
there's
works
no
for them.
awkward ass shit.
Yeah. I mean, they have awkward shit, but it's like prepared. They've done this stuff where they're like on stage doing weird shit. It's like hit or miss. I didn't put it here, but there was like some mech game that was on there. I don't think you guys saw it. It's some
Should've put the
weird,
name.
crazy like high paced mech game with cell shading. I don't know. It's cool.
Zone of the Enders.
It looked like it. It looked like it. It wasn't it.
I didn't see it. I missed that
Bandai-O
shit.
or Bangai-O?
Maybe it was something Dimeco or something. It's some new thing. Then they go into Super Mario Party. Comes out October this year for Switch.
Yeah, dude. That was like a lot of these are like for at least for Nintendo. They were like this year. Years. Like
This
holy
year or
fuck.
now.
Give me
Yes.
time, please.
No, I don't know. I have enough on the next year that I'm like
I don't know, man. I got a tattoo. I've got like packs. I mean, I don't got money to
I
spend
mean,
right now.
you got Switch. You can play it on the go. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 gets some DLC. I don't give a shit. Fire Emblem, a full-fledged Fire Emblem for the Switch. 3 Houses comes out spring 2019.
It's still gonna be like the
3DS ones.
yeah, like the
It's that, but like I think the ways the battles start, instead of just having like one hit, they kind of make it look like it's going from a battlefield then coming into one and one, like
okay.
a little bit more like delved into. Then Fortnite, it's
Now.
available now,
Sony's fucking up.
fucking
cross-platform with everything except for Sony. Hollow Knight finally out on Switch, available like immediately after the show. Before we get to the next one, they did Splatoon DLC. They finally had a date for it. They said summer. It's available today.
that new gun though.
Yeah, it's like one of those old multicolored pens.
Yeah, multicolored.
Where they
Oh,
switch.
shit.
Yeah.
Really cool. They
Um,
did a really good job of
Yeah,
displaying.
I was really stoked. They have a ton of single player stuff available.
Reggie.
Let's Go Pokemon Bundle with Pokeball,
Reggie showing that
Damn.
Pokeball.
and you get Mew included with it.
If you
That's
get
cool.
the
The
Pokeball.
I already pre-ordered mine. Overcooked 2. I'm excited for that. Killer Queen Black. Have you guys seen Killer Queen?
Mm-mm.
It's like a barcade game where it's like 10 players.
Yeah.
And it's old school arcade stuff. Like you see the 8-bit stuff.
Mhm.
It looks
Oh,
really
shit.
fun. Like it looks like a really cool party game. Octopath Travelers is going to be in July, and they have a demo now that'll directly transfer progress
I need
to
to
that.
download
I
that.
So
gotta download it.
Probably tonight.
I'm excited about that.
After
And
I play
then
Hollow Knight.
yeah, after.
And then Hala Hala.
And then the rest of the presentation was Smash Ultimate. Which
Mhm.
is a new Smash, but everyone's back.
I call this, dude. Ridley. I call this.
They ended it with Ridley is a playable character.
Yeah, dude. And he looks really good.
He looks fucking
The
awesome.
only problem I have with every single with all of it is Snake doesn't have a butt. They literally gave him a flat.
Hey,
ass.
but David Hayter's back, so
Yeah.
it's
So
okay.
haters gonna hate.
Hey.
So they tweaked up everyone's ultimates, the gameplay. I feel like they talked to casual and competitive because they showed. You guys didn't see this conference?
I didn't see it.
I did not see it.
So they talked about he went in depth. I was like, some of this stuff could have been its own thing. Like I
I
didn't do that
think-
at E3.
So
But he talked about wave dashing,
yeah,
Oh, okay.
and you can do it. But if you do 5 in a row,
mitigation.
there's something that'll punish you for that for doing it so quickly.
You'll go slower.
So it's becomes an active factor in how often do you spam wave
Yeah.
dashing and stuff
Mm.
like that. Other things at the villager, if you have an item that you've stored, it'll have next to your health bar what item you took or absorbed or whatever. the
Link's
fuck.
limit break shows all the time now.
There's 3 links now. There's the Breath of the Wild link. He's
Nice.
got ancient arrows, remote detonated bombs.
Stasis?
I said Link. I meant to say
Cloud.
Cloud. Yeah.
Oh, Cloud's back. He's got the remote bomb, so you can throw it and then wait and then detonate it. And he doesn't have anything else, at least yet, that we can see. But then you have Ocarina Link and you have Toon Link.
Okay.
Ice Climbers are back.
Bayonetta's probably gonna get nerfed.
Bayonetta's in it.
She has to get nerfed. She's
Well,
You
it's
can't
not
even
going to be
use
the
it.
same. Like it's a whole new. Like they revamped everything. So yeah.
So one of the things I thought like all the small touches they did with all these characters, like they went into each character. They said like Ryu, if you're doing a 1v1, you automatically rotate to which direction the character is facing you.
yeah, for
because
Ryu,
if-
because that's like this.
But if you're playing like 3-4 players, you still have to control the direction.
Yeah.
But I thought that was a cool thing. And then they did it with all the other characters. GameCube controller is supported, so the Wii U adapters work.
I just hope they fix the net code, man. God,
I think they
damn,
will.
Dude.
I
Net
think
code?
The net code.
so. When
What do
you
you mean?
when you
It-
played
dude,
on
when
the
you
Wii
played
U,
on not even the Wii U DS local, it was lag
Yeah,
for
it
some
was
strange
like-
reason.
Oh, like multiplayer.
Yeah, it's just like
Okay.
what the fuck? That should not lag. Multiplayer.
So I mean, so far
infrared, yeah.
in my online experiences, Splatoon's been pretty solid. It's been mostly dependent on how good my
But
my
I don't
Wi-Fi
think
is.
I don't think it's the software's fault. I mean,
I think it's the game individually.
I mean, I don't think it's the hardware's fault. I think it's the software's fault.
So each individual game.
Yeah.
I feel like what I'm saying is Splatoon's been doing it well. Japanese Monster's been doing it well. Mario Kart on this has been doing well.
Yeah.
If,
So I
if
have
these
a
are
good
like
faith.
first party games, not Monster Hunter excluded, I feel like that knowledge transfers.
To be honest, that's the first time where a local play fucking multiplayer game lagged. I've never experienced that. To me, that boggled my mind.
Yeah.
How can a local
Yeah.
play fucking game lag?
Yeah.
That just boggled my mind.
We could
Like,
be sitting next to each other too, and it'd be bad. I was like,
Well,
what
if-
the fuck?
yeah, I feel pretty good about this one.
Yeah. I feel I have good faith in the way they'll do the ultimate. Yeah. Definitely. I don't know if so. I heard about this, but I think they had people play Smash Ultimate there,
Yeah, they had the tournament.
and then one of the creators was there, and he literally was like,
creator.
"I saw some flaws. I will fix this before the game." is
Kojima
out."
did the same thing
Yeah.
with Death Stranding. He had to go work at Santa Monica Studios.
Yeah,
Wait,
Hideo
On Death
Kojima, Death Stranding.
but they didn't have gameplay.
no, but like he's like I gotta like I
No,
came
yeah,
here
I
to do
gotta
this, and I
continue
just
go.
gotta
Yeah,
get
yeah,
going
yeah.
because there's work to be done.
Yeah, but
So
what I love about
Smash-
this one is they've never done that before. They've never supported the fighting community with Smash in
Right.
general.
Directly.
Yeah, directly. So this one to have one there, and then for him to be like, I've seen like some errors in the game right now. I'm gonna go fix these. Like that's really cool because
Yeah.
generally, like for most Smash games, they never update them after it's released. There's no update. Like
Yeah.
it is what it is. You know,
I don't
like
think
there's these flaws.
They're,
Well, it's
they're gonna
still-
update this one. I don't think.
No,
they're
it's still
going
being
to.
worked on.
Yeah,
not
it's still
done
being
yet.
worked on. So,
Yeah.
but
So
he
you-
saw flaws at
Yeah.
the tournament they did for this new game, and he's already in like gonna fix.
But
these
this game
flaws.
will not have updates.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I
That
don't
know.
think so.
I feel like it will.
Splatoon gets updates.
I feel like they will do it with this one. I think this is gonna be a longer lasting game. They have such a bigger roster now.
And potentially more
Yeah.
coming too. Some of the other cool stuff. So it comes out not in September. It comes out in December of
But
this year.
still this year.
Yeah, it's still this year. So I think with that we'll see the online service like work through its tweaks. What was interesting to me was Fortnite. After the fact that it was released, people were playing voice chat not through their phone. They were
Yeah.
playing through the game mic and everything. So I hope like they roll that out on all these other games. Like
The thing
whatever
is,
limits that.
I think with
Splatoon,
Fortnite, I think that was an Epic thing. I think Epic
The
was
fact
like,
that it's
we
even
need
an
to have
option.
this. So I think it's always been an option. I feel like it's always been an option. But I think Fortnite was like, or Epic was like, we need this for Fortnite, and Nintendo's like, we'll give it to you on this game. But with most Nintendo, they're worried about because they feel
Kid-friendly.
like they're kid friendly. So I think they're not gonna have it. That
but they
simple.
have it through the app.
No, I know, but they're gonna make it just as awkward for any of their own exclusive games.
Why
But-
though? Like
Talk to them. I don't know. That's what I
No,
feel. That's what I think. That's what I
Okay.
think. You know, that's just what I think. They're gonna make it awkward as shit for their voice chat for their own games.
Okay. I hope some of the more coordinated games get
'Cause Splatoon-
either options or
Does Splatoon offer the mic if you have the
app?
the app? Yeah.
they have like this weird ass Splatoon.
Oh, that's right.
Did
Right,
they
so
fix
remember?
their multiplayer or matchmaking with your friends or no?
I don't think that they fixed.
So I have no faith in their net code.
Well,
I have
okay.
no faith in their net code in Smash.
So the quality of the play works.
Yeah.
It's just the
Uh-huh.
features don't
Yeah.
work. Like I can't be like, hey, let's make a party, let's go play. So
Yeah,
I
they
feel
have
like,
really bad features, but the connection is solid.
like I'm playing Mario Kart. I'm not lagging.
Hmm.
I'm not worried about like I'm behind. I'm ahead. Like that
Yeah.
sort of shit. It hasn't been an issue, and if it has, it's been my internet, not their infrastructure. Yeah, I am curious because Smash has like, especially if all items going on 8-player mode. I wonder if the online play will maybe limit it to like 4, or will they go full balls out? Because that's a lot going on one screen. Like if you're playing, like how you're saying, like that's a lot of load on that server. So we'll see. But overall, Nintendo, what do you guys think?
I didn't watch it. I can't give it anything.
Okay, let's go based on just content then. Let's not judge the because they kind of took the presentation side of it out because it's just like here's content. But knowing that content,
so a lot of this is exclusive for them. They got Super Mario, Xenoblade, Fire Emblem. They got Splatoon, Let's Go. No, I mean they have Hollow Knight, Fortnite, Overcooked, and that's probably it.
I was unimpressed with the Smash. I wish they would announce more new characters.
I feel like you have to watch the presentation because there is a lot. I didn't watch it, so I can't say much on the on that presentation. Wow. Just the content of the games they have here and the amount of it that they have, I would have to I don't know, like a B plus A minus. Like I'm on like that fence. I have to really watch it. Probably. I'm
going A minus. I feel like much like a Sony, if you didn't have a Switch, you have a lot of reasons to get a Switch. You got your Pokemon games for your big Pokemon fans and people that play Pokemon Go. It's a if you have the budget, this is a thing to get if you're a fan of that. Yeah. You have your RPGs like Octopath Traveler that you can only get here. You have your party games like Overcooked, Killer Queen, and Super Mario Party, first party and third.
And then I don't know if this will be when we release this, but until the 17th, GameStop is giving like $250 for the any PlayStation. So I have my PlayStation. I still
original?
Have because I bought in 2. I one of them is like kind of shitting out on me, and so I bought another Slim.
Yeah.
So if I turn in that first one, I get $250 towards my
Switch.
Your
second Switch.
And like I wouldn't even get $200 for that system anymore.
Before.
Wait, so don't you have a Switch?
I do.
Oh, okay.
I do.
So now you can play.
But I'm
Fortnite
thinking like
with
if I sell this, I could sell the Switch for a higher amount and get more money.
Calm down, Gary V.
So yeah, I look at the party games. I see reasons to play. I see games that they've had out like Splatoon, and they're supporting it still with new content. Yeah. I see Smash, which I think is a huge game and a big reason people like college. I feel like Smash perfect for college. Kids like all the dorms, tournaments, like couch co-op. Like you just want to sit there and do a few rounds of Smash. Yeah. You can play it on the go.
Smash has always been that way, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's tried and true. It's not new, but like having the portability of it adds to that. Yeah. Like it's even more.
It's still always been that way.
Yeah, I agree.
With the way I'm just joking.
I disagree. I think the elephant in the room is
Netcode.
Fortnite. No.
I'm. That's on its own.
No one has killed everything that's been announced here. Has not challenged Fortnite.
It's a PlayStation.
In Fortnite, just like, hey, we're gonna drop this tournament that anyone can enter. Bam.
And they do it like monthly now. Like there's.
I mean, that's great. I definitely feel like it was 2 million.
I think the kids that are playing Fortnite, I don't think they're gonna pick up Smash. They're just like, hey, we can play on our phone. Let's play some Fortnite. Let's go. Let's get some dubs.
I think there's enough kids that'll play both Fortnite and enough other kids that'll play Smash. Like people that like grew up playing Smash. I play Smash. I've had history since N64. It's the reason I would have friends over. My brother plays Smash in college. He still has an incentive to do that with his friends. I'd want to play Smash even now. I feel like that's the generations that'll pick that up.
There's a handful.
It might not have the same grab that it had on kids now as it did for me at that kid age. I think you're right on that. But I think that it's welcoming to both. It's like Fortnite's free, and if you want to also play Nintendo specific stuff, Smash is another great. Like, let's change it up.
For me, like at my age, I picked up the Switch for a couple of games, and like that's Zelda and Smash is one of them. You know, like Pokemon possibly. Like that was never for sure, but it's looking like it now. But yeah, Smash is like one of the big reasons why I picked up a Switch. I was like, I knew it's.
I felt burned from the last Smash. Just the fucking netcode, man. God.
So I'll play it. Don't worry about it. I'll play with the Ripley. Believe it or not,
I just felt burned. I was just like, dude, this is a trash game.
I know, dude.
Was it the game or was it the like everything that was?
The game was cool. Just the netcode. Fucking killed it.
We would like go. I mean, I have a friend like in Riverside. He is a killer Mario, but
pro.
It would be so bad, dude. There would be times where like it lags.
On what though? On 3DS.
On 3DS. Yeah, Wii U, like, or it was Wii U, right?
You
Yeah,
can play
Wii
on the
U.
Wii U.
Yeah, you were fine, you know, and
Okay.
we would obviously bring like a Wii U version.
Maybe it was a stretch
But-
to put it on the 3DS.
But there was times where like obviously we're out and about somewhere and we're like we're just gonna bring our 3DS. Whenever we knew we were gonna hang out with certain people, we're like we're bringing like it was for sure we're all bringing 3DSs with Smash.
Yeah.
You know, and with Addy it was something that we'd always bring, but it was just so bad. Like
Yeah, I tried it on 3DS. It was not intended for like that thing cannot handle the B smash, up smash. Like,
and then when they were
I'm like, why am I playing this on this?
when they had the Wii U, and like you could also use your 3DS as a controller. I was like, fuck nah.
Yeah, so
Fuck that shit.
I feel like
I'll use this tablet.
GameCube controller on the Wii U.
Yeah.
That was my way to go. Fortnite, yeah, 2 million downloads within the first 2 days that they announced that it's
Yeah.
available on there. That's huge.
And
So
then the only piece-
another like I know phone is available, but I would like if I'm playing portable between a phone and a Switch.
I'm never gonna touch a fucking Fortnite on my phone.
Which is funny. One of my viewers plays on phone. He's fucking good. Like,
Doesn't
I'm
make
just
sense.
like,
That's cool.
I'm just like,
Doesn't make
how?
sense.
How do you?
That dude, like, he has like the VR
How?
thing on or whatever, you know, and he's just like,
How?
So there was a ton of stuff. Mario Party, I love that for like getting together with friends.
I know when I saw that, I was like, back to reality, dude.
And yeah, so and then the indies, like you were saying earlier, Jang. Like if I want indies, this is where I want to play them now.
Okay, so I'm gonna give it a B plus.
Okay.
It would have gotten an A if they had Warrior on here, dude.
Ooh,
I forgot.
Wario.
Wario. WarioWare.
Oh, WarioWare.
Yeah.
Wario 64.
Yeah. Some Warrior Switch, dude. Fuck.
Yeah, if they had
They
WarioWare,
missed, dude.
it
They
would've
fucked
been-
up. That or what's the
I still think they did
what's
great.
the Rhythm Heaven Fever? They had to have
Ooh,
something
Elite
like
Beat Agent?
That, hey, it's coming up, dude. It's coming.
that. Was that?
Elite Beat Agent.
Hey, I'm down for that too.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, cool.
Wait, we should. What
Overall,
were your top 3 announcements?
games or
Yeah,
you
like
can
an
announce-
individual game announcement.
announcements.
Okay, you start.
Whew. Okay, I'm gonna go with number 3. Fuck. Shit, I'm not even ready.
Oh, I
Wait,
thought
let
you
me look
okay,
at this.
Vargas, are you ready?
He just brought out the fucking thing right now.
Okay,
He's like,
so I'm
talking
gonna. My number 3 is gonna be my biggest. Oh, what the fuck! It's not my number 1, but my what the
DMC.
fuck? Devilment DMC 5. That was like.
Let's go on. For
No,
the,
he
for the
needs to be
audio
all three.
listeners, they're like, "What the fuck just happened?"
Let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna go with. I don't know if I have an order though. Give me a second. I don't have an order.
I don't have an order.
I don't have an order.
I'm just gonna throw this out there. Cyberpunk 2077.
I know that's my number. That for sure is my number 1. Like the thing is, I knew it was coming out, but the way that they described the game, even though I can't see the footage and the content they had on the cinematic, that's my number 1 announcement.
That's not my number.
So I have to do it that way.
But I respect that.
I don't care for that one. I would have to say number 2 is gonna be My Last of Us. Like
Solid.
the thing is, like, I wasn't expecting the way the game was gonna be this way. I was thinking just a copy of the original Last of Us, and they upped the ante on this one. So watching that, and then my third one only because it's a tease, like not even a tease, it's literally just a title, Fallen Jedi or Jedi Fallen Order.
Really?
Yeah, that's something I'm super interested in. I've always been like super into like the Star Wars gameplay fighting lightsaber.
All they had to say was talk about it. That's a guy.
No, it's too early, but that's something I'm super interested
when
in.
that comes out, like when I see like a Cyberpunk level teaser, I'll definitely give it.
Yeah.
That's where I.
So,
I
which
think
is
from-
why, like, it was surprise to me that they had it.
Yeah.
So, but
Hopefully
I'm
next
hoping,
E3 they'll have much more to show.
I'm hoping it's an RPG.
Do you want to finish out yours, or do you want to hold off on your third?
That was my so I had
Last of Us,
named
that
his
was it,
third
yeah,
one,
yeah.
too.
Last of Us.
My number 2 was a game I was not interested in buying. Now I am interested. Ghost of Tsushima. I want to buy it. I want to buy it after that trip.
that like beginning, like where the guy's like coming up to him and he just goes.
I feel like it's gonna be cinematic. It's gonna take from Akira.
They should have had him
not
just
Akira,
fall in half though when he did that.
There's gonna be like a Kill Bill scene. It's like,
Or yeah, it should have just been like that, and the guy's like, ugh, and then all of a sudden, like all the blood just comes out.
Number 1 is Sekiro. Shadows Die Twice.
You're Bloodborne.
so I said
You said
Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk. So that's number 3. I'm assuming.
And then this is tough. There's games I'm happy about, but they're like not my games of the show.
Not Pokemon. Go.
No,
With
I'm excited for
bundle?
that. That's a niche thing. It's like if they announced it here, if I didn't know anything about it and then announced it here, I'd be like, "Oh fuck!"
What about Hollow Knight for the Switch? Didn't you think like did you
I
have a
waited for
really
that.
good? You're like it's coming out for sure. It has to come out.
They showed it at the E3 that the original
the
thing
Halo.
for Switch.
Yeah.
For Switch, they're like, "Here's our indies coming out," and it showed a bunch of games. There's Wargroove, which is like Advance Wars,
Mhm.
but for
Ooh.
Switch, still hasn't come out. I'm like, I'm waiting for you on for Switch. And the other one was Hollow Knight. I was like,
okay.
I want this on Switch, and
So-
it's been out, and people have been playing it. I'm like, Switch. I'm waiting for a Switch. So I'm glad it paid off. But I'm gonna say
So Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk, Ghost of Tsushima, and Death Stranding. I feel like Ghost of Tsushima because I wasn't expecting it to be as cinematic and like
Yeah.
get that inspired vibe as it was. Sakura, I'm excited for, but I've never played from software games. So if anything, that's gotten me to like how you did with Bethesda. I want to play other
Yeah.
games before I play it. And Death Stranding because I love the weird. And
I
I
have
feel like it
I
embraced
have
the
to
weird.
throw one more in there.
No,
And I don't know
no,
what
there's
else
only
PlayStation
three.
can-
All right, see everybody.
Starfield.
Garfield?
Garfield. Single player
I
RPG.
hate
Guys.
I hate Mondays.
Lasagna.
Guys, first quest. We're looking for lasagna. What a day. Voiced by Bill Murray. All right, cool. That's a good one. All right, that's definitely a hell of an episode.
Next
I'm
year,
dying.
we need to go
I
to,
am dead.
we need to go to E3 next year. Press.
Okay, so we're just gonna become the E3 podcast. Next episode is we talk about our plans and how we get ourselves into
Next
E3.
Cardboard box.
Next
Metal
week.
Gear Solid.
I mean, next week we talk about our
I'll be a
plan.
bush. I'm gonna hide as a
Fortnite.
bush.
Metal Gear Solid box.
What are you hiding as? Are you just doing the grappling hook?
Yeah,
from,
grappling hooks. Keto.
I'm gonna be. I'm gonna be. I don't know. I'm gonna be awkward.
Moon.
Yeah, I'll be a baby. I'll be the
Butt naked
the
and just
original
show
internet
butt
baby.
leeching
That's the dancing one.
Oh,
Like, he's from Death Stranding, dude. I love that.
Inside. He's inside, dude. He's good already.
My thumbs are all pruned up.
Oh.
All right, fuck, it's hot in here. Where can we find you guys?
They can find me at the Folio365 on Instagram.
At the last bosses everywhere.
At Cujo Prime. You can find us all at the Weekly DLC. Let us know what you think of your E3 thoughts. What if you agree, disagree, and have any other thoughts? Anything you want to see us from us? Check us out. Subscribe, like, all that jazz. Until next time, we will.
DLC.
You later.
That's the Cuphead DLC.